Hello, good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are on the planet. We starting about an entire hour, maybe 45 minutes early. I wanted to knock this one out because the events just finished. I saw them. I know a lot of people will miss this during the live, but I have a schedule that I have to follow through, so I'm going to do this a whole hour early. I also think that a lot of people may not come out for this one because they don't see some of the sprints, and we're a sprint heavy channel, even though we got a lot of field event and everything. But I'm giving respect to where the athletes are, where they're doing their performances. And if you're a fan of track and field, no matter what the events are, this is the video for you. So welcome to Head and Shoulders ATR, where we cover athletes' performances and otherwise that are head and shoulders above the rest. Today is day one of 2 days of the Zurich Diamond League final. I really like this. Remember, there's a lot of leagues that go on in other sports and everything like that. And then when you come in and you really think about it, they have this, and I'm going to bring this up in just a second, but they have this here. Let me take this off the screen. So what you're going to see is that we have 1 day meeting circuits, right? Let's look at our competitions right now, so that we can describe this as I let you guys roll in here. If you're in the live, if you're playing a replay, it's probably going to be the first 2 or 3 minutes where we're going over this. So we have these competitions. That's the world championships. We're not looking at those. We're talking about the 1 day series. We got the Wanda Diamond League. We have the World Athletics Continental Tour. So the Continental Tour is still going on, but the Diamond League, this is the final here. All right. This is the final of the Diamond League. I believe there is one more in Rabat, if I'm saying that correctly. But as far as the final, this is what counts. They're going for $30,000, even though it says 40 on this page. This is the World Athletics page. They don't have the updated pricing here, but this is where they have that showcase in the final. 24 different events, 2 days. They meet here in Zurich, right? Not Zurich. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it is in Zurich. Oh my, I'm thinking of Brussels for a second, but they meet here in Zurich, Sweden. And also, this is very exciting. This is very exciting. So it's over $400,000 in prize money that's given out. But don't forget to check out this Diamond League final. How are you guys doing today? For the people that came out, we're going to go over the events. This is day one and day two. The events that we have to go over today as far as the Diamond League. I'm not covering the other ones. Those are the girls and boys. Those are people that are youth. So we're covering the Diamond League right now, which would be the men and women shot put, the men and women's 5,000, and the women's high jump, as well as the men and women's long jump. I think the men's high jump is tomorrow. Let me look at that schedule. Where do they have the men's high jump? Yes, they do. High jump men are late afternoon tomorrow. But here we go. We're going to cover these events. If you're out here, you're looking for some of the drama that goes on the track. It's been a lot of drama, actually. So let's cover the men's shot put. Let's get straight underway. We already know the world record holder, Olympic champion, 2 times Olympic champion. Now he's defended his title in the men's high jump, and so I'm really proud as somebody that's a fan of the shot put in recent years. They're so going 21 meters right now is the equivalent of them going 20 meters. So they pushed everything up, the standards up by an entire meter, and really it's like 21.1 or something like that will go there. So essentially, we got the gold, silver, and bronze medalists almost finishing in that order. Today's wasn't a good day for Tom Walsh. He's the Olympic bronze medalist, and he kind of similar thing happened to him at the World Championships. He was up there in the lead at one point in 2019, and then he finished just outside of the medals, if I'm not mistaken. So I mean, the shot put field is so tough. It's like looking at the women's 100, where it's just like, man, when you start getting a whole bunch of people going 10-7, and then you got a few 10-6s, at this point, it's like you run a 10-8 something, and you're not getting a medal. You're literally not going to get a medal. And at some point, we might have it where it's so stacked. The equivalent of that would be if we had 5 female athletes in the final or just in any given time going 10-7. So I'm trying to translate that to you all that watch the women's 100 a little bit more. It'll be like 5 female athletes in that final going 10-7. That's how stacked and the world record broken. And that's how stacked the field is for the men's shot put. So Ryan Krauser, meet record, which beat Tom Walsh's meet record from a few years ago, which is ironic, which is a little bit disheartening why he didn't even get in the top 3. But he's got the $30,000. He's got the diamond in addition. So it's $30,000 and the diamond trophy with that mark that he got with a 22.67 meter throw. Joe Kovacs, he was in the lead at one point. As you can see with this right here, this was his leading mark. But then in the third round, Krauser just took it over. Then so USA 1 and 2, great job. And then Armin, that's what I'm gonna say. Sinisevic, I'm gonna try his name. Armin Sinisevic, he got third. And I'm okay, from Serbia, congratulations. I would have liked to see Tom Walsh get up in that top 3 spot. As an American bias, I would still want the Americans to go 1 and 2. If I wanted to go outside of that, Tom Walsh has been one of the hardest workers in there. He's actually smaller in body size than Kovacs and Krauser. Like, you see them stand next to each other, and Krauser's huge, Kovacs is big, and then Walsh is like small. So for him to be able to put as far as he's been able to do with his size, it's been amazing too. So, but Sinisevic of Serbia, well-deserved third place. But congratulations to all the finalists. Tom Walsh, he got 4th. It wasn't his day, but he's still Olympic bronze medalist, so congratulations to that. Filip Mahaljevic from Croatia got 5th, and then Zane Ver. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, actually, because it's Italian, so I don't know if it's I don't know that one. But 6th. And that's your top 6. They all made the Diamond League final. And this was a crazy. Go back to this. If you can find the stream, go back to this and watch the shot put. It was crazy, especially when Kovacs took the lead. And then it was like Krauser missed his put. Kovacs took the lead. It was kind of like a pause in that area in the stadium. And then that's when Krauser went back, and with that 22.67, it was crazy. Let's see. Edmund Sadler said, update. Thanks for the coverage, Head and Shoulders. Blessed. No problem. And then the Francois said, Krauser is just on another level at the moment. I can see him dominating for years. Yeah, exactly. And then he's got back-to-back Olympics. And then Kovacs and Krauser, they go back and forth at the World Championships. Like, Kovacs got the World Championship win. Krauser is now 2-time Olympic champion. So this is going to be very interesting to see next season, to see how the form is. And then the Francois said, just saw the hurricane news. Stay safe. Yeah, it's a lot of people at this here and to surrounding hotels. You go all throughout Texas. You go all throughout the surrounding states around Texas and everything. And it's a lot of people. They're trying to get the FEMA coverage. So I really feel for it. I've talked to a lot of people. They said they lost all of their belongings. And a lot of them, they really can barely afford to stay in these hotels. So I've tried to help out who I can help out of my own pocket for the ones that will accept it. Some people, they find it weird when a stranger helps them. So, I mean, that's them, whatever. A lot of them, they're going to get reimbursed, or FEMA is going to pay for them. But for the ones that didn't at first, I'm trying to help them, like whatever way I can. So hopefully things get straightened out a lot sooner. As for future thought, that makes me really want to not live in any area that could be affected by a huge storm. I do not want to do that. You can't maybe predict an earthquake in some areas, but if it's earthquake prone, I'm not living there either. But if it's just out of nowhere, then it is what it is, right? But I don't want to put myself in that situation. I am seeing how people are, how they're affected by this. The arguments going through, the being uncomfortable, having full families in one room because that's what they can afford, and it's kind of crazy. But let's get back on the track stuff. Here's the shot put here. Maggie Ewin. This is crazy. So, oh yeah, and another thing, if you win the Diamond League final, right, you get an automatic bid for the World Championships. And in a place like the United States and a couple of other nations, it is crazy. It is crazy how tough it is to make it out in some of these events. The field events, particularly the pole vault, we are very, very strong in. Strongest nation consistently in the pole vault throughout the history of the event. So that's very, very tough to do that. And if Duplantis falls off, if there's an American and sometimes a Frenchman or somebody else that's right there with them. I mean, and right there, they're right by Duplantis. So Maggie Ewing, season best. She won with a 1941 shot put. And then Ariel Dongmo of Portugal, she got second. And she left it late. She got that on her fifth put. And then Fanny Ruse of Sweden, she got third with her first one. So she just foul right after that. And so those are your top three. The $30,000 in Diamond League trophy goes to Maggie Ewing of the USA. Automatic bid when it comes to next year's World Championships. Congratulations. Chase Ely of the USA. You know what? I really thought that she would do a lot better. It was not her day. She should have been up there right in the 19s with Maggie Ewing. But I don't know. It was just not there. She kept fouling after foul. Look at her results here. You see no mark. Then you see an 1841. That's way off of her. That's way off of her form. No mark, no mark. 1849, and then no mark. She was just not having it on the day. Danielle Thomas Dodd. Don't forget, she is the World Championship silver medalist from Doha for Jamaica. She was not having her best day either, but she was getting marks. I would have liked to see her. If we went by on paper, like if we literally went by on paper, Chase Ely still would have technically gotten fourth. But based on the performances of the day, Chase Ely could have literally picked off number 2 or number 3. Same thing with Thomas Dodd. If we went by on paper, Thomas Dodd actually would have finished last. Even with this season, but on the day, it's anybody's day. It's anybody can come up with that. So she actually got a season's best, Maggie Ewing. So she took advantage of that. Very far, close to her personal best. And Thomas Dodd, unfortunately, 5th place. As you can see, her best throw was 1838 on her first one. And if you go, like I said, go back to this competition, it was crazy. Especially, I'm looking at over here when I finally did find the stream and went back. I'm over here like, what the heck? I'm looking at Chase Ely as a bias, and then I'm looking at Thomas Dodd. I'm just like, dang, anybody else gonna get 19? Anybody else get 19? Anybody else? That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, oh shoot, Maggie Ewing about to get a new personal best. That's what I thought after the first put, but it just didn't happen. But I mean, she's definitely opened up with 19, finished with 19, and the only one over. But congratulations to all the finalists. Aliana Dobitskaya. She also performed okay. A lot of them were very far off their season's best and personal best. But congratulations to all the ladies that made the final, because y'all getting paid. Y'all at least getting paid for being in this final. Here we go. Let's go over. I'm going to do this a little bit out of order here. And thank you all for coming out. For the people in the stream, definitely smash the like button and share. Can we get a couple of more likes? And then I always thank you guys for supporting also through the donations for everybody that does, because for some reason I get instantly demonetized now with these. So even if you see an ad, I gotta press the review button and everything like that. That's freaking crazy. So that's why I do appreciate the people that do come out to donate, because I try to cover all the events possible. Even though that doesn't make me as popular, if I only focused on sprints, I'd probably be 2 or 3 times bigger as a channel. But I'm trying to slowly grow so that we can branch out and have this as a all-encompassing track and field channel. So, oh yeah, by the way, for the people that are here, what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do like a track events channel. It might just be called track events and highlights or something like that, where I do maybe 2 or 3 minute videos, and I'm literally just going to do a profile of each individual person. So for the high jumpers, there was a lot of action going on. What do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comment section if you're here on the live. I think that's what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to cover are going to be the field, and then going to the running events after that. So let me continue with the field. I'm going to go with the high jump women after this. So here's the long jump men. This was a crazy competition. And let me see if I can bring up, because I took a lot of screenshots at the time. You know what? For the effort of time right now, I'm not going to try to bring up the screenshots. I'm going to cover this because I got them in action shots. I might just do a separate video for that. But let me read the comment. The Francois said they should scrap the 100 inclusivity rule at the Olympics and replace it with a wild card for fastest non-qualifiers for all disciplines. Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that they should do that, too, because if it's with the wild card for fastest non-qualifiers, I think they should just, you know what? I think they could do an inclusivity rule for all disciplines instead of just saying the 100 meters and maybe the 200 or something like that. Not just necessarily the fastest wild card, but that's what the point system is for, is that the point system allows you to get the wild card, and it typically will go for people that are faster, actually. That's what because in order to score points high enough, you got to have a certain speed. So that's what that comes from. But I think they should have an inclusivity rule for all the events. Now, here we go. This is the men's long jump, all right? Now, this was crazy. This was crazy because Stephen McCarter, and I don't know or if you all know about McCarter, and I might actually be pronouncing his name incorrectly, but I followed him more so on some of the meets that he went. I believe he went to the Texas Longhorns, because I always want to say Texas A&M. There's two schools in Texas. I always get confused, but he definitely went to the same school as Tiana Daniels. And this man, he said he wants to get into coaching. He was in the lead for virtually the entire way through, from the first jump. Then he went through and extended his lead here on the, or got second, took the lead back with an 18-14. Then he matched here with Tobias Montler. Then Tobias got him by 1 centimeter. And then on this last one, he doesn't have as much height. He has more forward momentum in his jumps. Man, I would have liked to see him. I even put him in the picture on this because I was thinking, even on paper, yeah, he might not have been the best one on paper. But I was like, something tells me he's about to come up, and show out. Because he's made the Olympics. He was third at the USA trials. So I'm like, okay, he could get that automatic spot because that's hard to make it in the men's long jump here. And to have 4 Americans in there, that'll be freaking crazy, right? So his last jump, unfortunately, he didn't have it. He even made the face. He was like, well, what can I do? And he congratulated Tobias Montler. But this was an exciting long jump. Definitely go back and see that. An 8:17 right there. Tobias Montler of Sweden got the win. He's got the $30,000 and the diamond. Automatic bid next year. McCarter in second for the USA. Congratulations to him. And then Rashwal Samai of South Africa. I thought he had a chance to actually get a little bit higher. He was looking really good in his run-ups. He was just behind the board a lot of the times. On his final attempt, I think, he was perfectly on the board. He just didn't have it. But congratulations to him for South Africa. We got the South African contingency. I know Ferdinand, he might not be here right now. But definitely, Ferdinand, I know you're proud of him. So, Sophia James, thank you for the $8 super chat. I really appreciate it. It does help the channel, and it helps me because for whatever reason they keep, I think because I'm now talking about more controversial things, quote unquote. I don't know why it's controversial to talk about the topics, but they demonetize me. So it's kind of crazy. And I do appreciate that super chat. So Simon, a hammer of Sweden, and then Benjamin Goller. Those two, I think it was Benjamin Goller, actually. I don't think Goller actually qualified, but the host nation can put somebody in certain events to actually be able to come in. But I think Goller may not have qualified. Maybe even a hammer didn't qualify either. But I'm not, if I'm not mistaken, Goller didn't if I look at the point score. And then we got Radek, what is that? Juska of the Czech Republic. He got 6th. And then Filippo Randazzo, he was just not having it today. He couldn't get 8 meters at all. I thought he could have done better. But congratulations to everybody in the finals for Italy. And that's your 1, 2, 3. Let's go over to the next event. Don't forget to smash that like button. Oh, wait a minute. Why is it not going back? Here we go. Now the women's long jump. Here we go. Ivana Spanovic of Serbia. She came out and she performed best. This season has been a hard season for women to go 7 feet. It's been kind of crazy, even at the Olympic finals and everything. Mahambo, she usually leaves it to the last jump. When she's at these major competitions, she usually leaves it to the last jump. But she was out of it. She was struggling. She was struggling this whole time. And this even happened at the Olympics. She was struggling at the Olympics. Then, boom, last jump. She struggled at Doha. Boom, last jump. She struggled during her Diamond League run-ups last in 2019. And then last jump. Like, Mahambo is one of those, if you put clutch on a person, Mahambo is that person from Germany. Like, she clutches everything most of the time. But when you leave it to clutch, there's a chance that you might not have it on that day. Versus if you consistently have it and then you got clutch, like a clutch jump when you don't need it, then okay. But today she was struggling. And let me see. I will bring up her picture here. Where is that at? Let me just a second, because I got her picture here. And I thought it was a good in-action shot to show this. No. I'm not going to be able to find it fast enough. So I'm not even going to look for that. That's going to make the stream take a little bit longer. So Ivana Spanovic, a deserved win from Serbia. Congratulations, $30,000 and the Diamond League trophy. Kati Sagnia of Sweden in second. This was a crazy competition here. And then we got Marina Beck-Romanchuk, right? She got third from Ukraine. I think she's Romanchuk is the I forgot what event he does, but yeah, Beck-Romanchuk from Ukraine got third. Jasmine Sawyers, I would have liked to see her just, oh my goodness, she gave a hug and a tap on the rear end of the winner from Tobias. She was like hugging him so hard. I don't even know, are they dating or something? But she was just like, yo, good job. She was hugging him up. She was strong up there. I thought she could have performed a lot better. But like I said, the women have been struggling to get 7 meters. And this would have been her chance. She's not a 7-meter jumper at all. That would have been her chance to little bit perform higher and get in those top 3. But she just missed it for Great Britain. Malika Mahambo, obviously a Germany, disappointing, 5th place. And I can say disappointing because she's been one of the strongest jumpers. And I think she has that what it takes to get that world record and extend that out for the jumps. And then we got Natasha of Bulgaria. I cannot pronounce that, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce that one. It's 6th place. Congratulations to the ladies that made the final. Here we go. Oh, another super chat. We have Mikey Tomlin is the hottest coach in the NFL career. Oh, my goodness, your name. So thank you for the $9.99 super chat. Mikey Tomlin is the hottest coach in the NFL. Okay, I don't know about that. I don't look at him like that, but I can see you look at him like that. But for great content and knowing what you're talking about, thank you for the $9.99 super chat. The Frank Wise said, "Keep up the great work with a 5.49 euro super chat." Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. I really do. Let me see here. Man, that gave me a good laugh with your name. I swear. Here's the women's high jump. Oh, the women's high jump. I'm getting chills from thinking about that. Let me try to calm down from laughing at that name. That's funny. With Mikey Tomlin. You got a 19-year-old right here. The Yaroslava. Dang it. I cannot get her last name. I usually have her last name, but I think it's because I'm half laughing. So Yaroslava, that's what I'm going to say, from Ukraine. This 19-year-old is ready to destroy the high jump. And I got to say this because her form is usually good. She's usually just right there, ready to attack and attack. Hold on. Let me look at these marks. Hold on just a second. So what she did was Here it is. I wanted to double check if my memory was correct. She skipped 2.05. She was trying to go for the national record there, but she just missed it on the last one, on that last high jump. But this was an exciting high jump competition between these ladies here. And if I got to say, she's one to look out for. They were talking about that she is like the Duplantis of the, like Armand Duplantis of, instead of in the pole vault, but in the high jump. I don't know, but yeah, because they were like, well, Duplantis 19, she's over here. She dominates when she's not facing Maria. I'll just have to say that. I usually have her last name too. I have to practice theirs before the stream sometimes, because sometimes their names are just so hard. The Eastern European names are a little bit difficult for me to pronounce. So Maria, she basically is 1, 2, 3, just like at the Olympics. It's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's how they faced it. But she was trying to challenge for, when you got one of the greatest still competing and you're that young, if Armand Duplantis still had a healthy and an in shape and in peak Lavilini, this is what it will probably look like right here. So it's the world leading mark, meet record for Maria. She tried to go up to the next mark, even though she won. She fouled it, and then she said, I'm out of it. I'm not even going to go anymore. I'll take my W. And so you got Maria 1, Yaroslava in second. She's going to be one to look out for. Only 19 years of age, and she's there. Nicola McDermott, she I think she could have performed a lot better, but this is what she did. So what she wound up doing was she skipped her heights here. After she messed up and fouled on 203, she said, all right, I'm going to skip to 205. And so that was a risk. That was a gamble. She said, hey, I'm going to go to 205 to see if I can place there, because Yaroslava has gotten it. Maria has gotten it. So I may as well just go up there instead of just wasting my jump and my energy here. But what that did was that pushed her back to the 2.01 mark. Fortunately, nobody else, she could take that risk because nobody else really made it past there. That was the risk that she made. So that, like I said, exciting high jump competition. Definitely go back and watch it. So here's your 1, 2, 3, Maria, Yaroslava, Nicola McDermott of Australia. For our Australian contingency, I know y'all happy on this channel. And then Irana of Ukraine in 4th, Kamila of Poland in 5th, and then Eleanor Patterson of Australia in 6th. Congratulations to the ladies that made the final. And this one is where it's going to get very interesting. So we're going to cover the 5,000 men, and then we're going to go into the women. And then this one kind of surprised me. So they were on, did you guys get to see that? They're on a 560-meter track. I'm like, why don't they do this more often? Now, it was kind of confusing for the pace setters. I think they should have had pace setters that were used to running on the roads, because those athletes don't have to lap counters. Some athletes are really good at, all right, I'm used to doing 200, 200, 200 for indoor, 400, 400, 400. Like, I used to be on a team with one guy. He would be trash in cross country, but he could run on a track because he's very used to going around in that circle and being used to it. And I think they could have had a pace setter that was used to going on the roads, and it would have been a little bit more accurate right there. But these times don't count. Even though this is his personal best, the times don't count because they have a curved bank track, and then it was 560 meters. And all of them, they ran too far. They thought that it was no place where they indicated where the finish was. I thought that was really bad for the men and women. So they ran 30, 40 meters extra to this one area, and it was just randomly there. It had no use other than maybe capturing splits or something. But other than that, it was no use. So here we go. Beriu Aragawi. There we go. Aragawi. I already know how to pronounce his name, from Ethiopia. He won the $30,000 and the Diamond League trophy. Congratulations to you. Baranu Balu of Bahrain, he got second. And this is going to be interesting here. Jacob Krop of Kenya got third. Nicholas Kameli, I am actually surprised. And you see him, I have him as the picture here. I thought he would get the top 3. He did not get the top 3. He got 4th. And then one of the biggest surprises here is Yomif Kajelcha of Ethiopia. Man, the guy got 5th. He faded very hard. He faded very hard in that last 500 meters. And he started looking around. Once it was about 300, maybe 280 meters to go approximately, he started looking over his shoulder. Then he did this weird move. He moved from lane 1. It was 4 lanes on this track. He moved all the way to lane 4 and apparently just let Balu pass him up. Cropped in eventually did it. I'm like, dude, I'm going to make them work for it. Why is he just giving up on this? I know he's used to running 5,000s now. Oh, I didn't want to click that. I know he's used to running 5,000 meters now or 10,000. But still, he's got one of the fastest kicks in the field. He's very hard to beat. Something went wrong on that. He mistimed it, went too early or something like that. But he died and faded hard. Here's a picture of them. Because he makes the rest of the field look like they are just extremely short. And I will put this on the screen. Now here is Kajelcha. You see him as the tallest athlete. The shortest athlete winded up winning. And you can see him just on the outside. He was in orange, but I don't have the screenshot there. But look, he makes everybody look like they're even shorter than what they are because he's so tall. And I think some of that helps with his kick as well. I mean, height does do an advantage if you know how to use it well. But yeah, he makes them look real short. And I mean, they probably just my height. I'm an average height guy. And I'm going to look very short next to him. But congratulations. Here we go. Let's move on to the next one. So Aragawi of Ethiopia, Belu and Krop. That's your 1, 2, 3. Congratulations. Kameli, Kajelcha, Kabet, Rays, and Butchart. Those are, oh, wait a minute. South African. He didn't finish. That's what happened to him. And Butchart, that's your top 8. Congratulations to everybody that made the final. Bergen, he's a great athlete in his own right. He just had a bad season. He's only run a 1350 this season. So that makes sense why he's the pace setter. And then I'm surprised that Matthew Ramsden of Australia didn't make this because he's right there in the field with him in the mix. And then Jerry Masao of South Africa, unfortunately, didn't finish. He was way out of it. He's a 14. He's only run 1434 this season. So I can see why he didn't finish. He would have got blown out. Blown out. Now, here's where people were getting a little bit of controversy for the women's 5,000 meter because Francine Niyonsaba won in this race. And even the announcer said that maybe this is going to affect. Oh, yeah, I forgot. They got the finishing photo. So here's Francine Niyonsaba here. And it's very clear. I like that this is extremely clear here. Niyonsaba, Obiri, and Taye. Now, the issue here is Niyonsaba, due to Burundi, actually made some kind of ruling late in. This was from the Burundi's federation. So it was her own country that winded up knocking her out. And then she was extremely angry, called them out, whatever, like that. And a lot of people are saying, hey, there's an unfair advantage. And I'm like, well, if you're born a certain way, do you get an unfair advantage if you're tall, if you're this or whatever? Because an athlete that's tall will always be the shorter athlete if they can figure out how to maximize their height. Usain Bolt showed us that versus Tyson Gay. They had the same turnover. Elaine Thompson here is showing us that with Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price. If she can make sure that she consistently, because she's also beaten Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price more often than Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price has beaten her. When it comes to the head-to-head, it's not even close. It's not even close. I had to admit that myself. Now, when it comes to the more important world championships, Olympics, well, now they're even at the Olympics and world championships. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price is just a de facto in the 100. But when it comes to the height advantage, those things are just built in if an athlete knows how to use it. If an athlete doesn't, which most don't, look at Blessing Okabare. She doesn't know how to use it. Now, does Francine being intersex, essentially, is that an unfair advantage because Francine was born that way? I don't know. I can't say it. From the research that I've done so far, I'm going to release that on a future one. But here's how it went down. And I think the only person that could have beat Niyonsaba, in all honesty, would have been Safan Hassan, maybe Gide, Letesenbet Gide. But Gide can only beat Hassan. Of the athletes that are healthy now. Another athlete could have been Dababa. Another athlete would have been, darn it, why am I missing the former world record holder from Ethiopia? Gosh darn it. I can see her in my head. And she broke the world record in the 10K right at the Olympics and right at the World Championships of the Olympics. It took everybody off guard. So Francine Niyonzaba could have lost against Safan Hassan or Gide this season. For the healthy athletes that are there, those are the only ones that could have beat her. Gide would have had to move hard early, and then Safan Hassan could have actually kept up and outkicked her because they have a very similar 800, and then Safan Hassan is just a fast finisher. It's like, what the heck? Oh yeah, Almaz Ayana. That's who I was thinking of. Thank you, Almaz Ayana. She could beat her, but she also doesn't have that strong of a kick. Gide and Almaz Ayana are two athletes where I just feel bad for because they don't have a kick. They are too heck of an athlete. But if you can get them to run hard and run everything out of you, you might even be surprised. You think you got energy and you don't. So they're like a Kenny Bekele or Haile Gebrselassie without a kick. And I'm like, dang. Basically Daniel Coleman. That's what those athletes are. Or Paul Tergat. So Francine Niyonzaba got a win and the $30,000 and the Diamond League trophy, which is just what she needed, really. And that's like a consolation prize at this point because she couldn't compete at the Olympics. Would have been a factor. It would have been very interesting to see Safan Hassan versus her. Helen Obiri, Olympic bronze medalist. She finished in second. Ageyu Taye, I was looking forward to her, what she was going to do, and she finished right where I thought she would. I thought she would finish second or third. It would have either been Obiri or Niyonzaba. I thought either one of them could have gotten it because Obiri has a heck of a finish, but I would have thought she needed to be in the lead. The unfortunate thing is the strategy here is she let Niyonzaba get into the lead, and then when she tried to move, she was moving on the outside curve doing extra meters, and then that killed her. She just didn't have it. She would have had to get into the lead. And I know she's used to sitting and kicking on people, but that won't work with Safan Hassan, and that definitely won't work with Niyonzaba. She would have had to get in the lead with about 1,000 meters to go, and then she would have had to move slowly, increasing the pace where it's so subtle. It would have had to be like Kenenisa Bekele championships when he learned this lesson for losing against El Garouche. Every 200 meters, he cranked it up by a half a second. So 1 second a lap, he finished every 400 faster and faster and faster, burned the kick out of him. That's what Helen Obiri would have had to do here. So here's your finishers. Niyonzaba, Obiri, Taye. That's your top three. Congratulations, Kimboy. There we go. Of Kenya, Chirono, Worku. I'm surprised she did not do much better, but okay, fair enough. Rangurik, Grovedal, which I thought, well, this season she's just not gonna be there. Of Norway, Chebet, which, oh my goodness, she finished very, very bad. And then Elise Cranny, which finished very bad. Both of them, you see they're in the 15-minute mark. I don't know what the heck happened to them. Maybe the heat got to them. They got dehydrated or something. But Ellis Cranny was in there in the beginning of the race. Now, she wouldn't have been there later on. As soon as they started to pick up, Grovedal fell back. It was like an immediate thing. But congratulations to everybody that made it to the final. And then congratulations to the pace setter doing as best that she could with this awkward 560-meter track. I thought it was nice. If you guys didn't see the race, go out there and do it. Kate Van Buskirk from Canada was your pace setter there. And as you can see here, the split times, if they are accurate, there was a lot of discussion with the announcers saying, is this accurate? Is it not? This is very interesting. I'm pretty sure if they set the track up, the split times, at least here on this paper here, would be accurate. I'll be surprised if they couldn't get the split times correct. But that's been your day one. Day two, this is what we're looking forward to tomorrow. So congratulations to everybody that got those the $30,000, the automatic bid to the World Championship Finals in Eugene, Oregon next year. That is crazy. I like that they have an automatic bid. That gives an incentive for certain athletes to show up. Tomorrow, we are looking forward to, on day two, women's pole vault. We got the men's discus, women's discus. We got the triple jump men. Now, you notice some of these have the Diamond League next to them. The reason why, let me stop here for a second, is that some of these are more of the local events, and some of them are not counting toward the Diamond League final. So they're still going to have a track meet. It's like having two different track meets. If you are maybe not one of the people that made it into the final, but you still want to be here, you could tell your friends, hey, I competed at the Zurich Diamond League. They were like, wow, you did this? Be like, yeah, I got second. Oh, so you got the, no, it wasn't the final, but you could still say that. That would be very nice, right? So here we go, continuing with this. We got the men's triple jump, women's triple jump, and men and women 400. The 3,000 meter steeplechase, I'm going to be looking forward to that as well. The 400, let's look at, we're going to go over the field in just a second too for tomorrow's events, but I'm just going over the events because it's not every event that's going to have a, wait a minute, what the heck is going on here? It's not every event that's going to have a final, by the way, either. It's only 24 out of 49 track and field events, or maybe it's 47 or something like that, track and field events that are running tomorrow, or total between today and tomorrow. We got the 110 meter hurdles for the men, 100 hurdles for the women, 1,500 pole vault, 1,500 men, javelin, high jump men only to tomorrow because the high jump competed today. The 100 men and women, 3,000 meter steeplechase, the 800 for both genders, the 400 hurdles, and the 200 final will be the final event. So let's go over the fields for each of these. I'm going to blaze through these a little bit quickly. So you guys might not even have a chance to comment on any of that because I don't want to spend too much time now. I got something to do. I only got 19 more minutes before I got to go myself. So this one isn't a long live stream, and I do appreciate everybody here. Let me do a quick shout out to Camellia. Thank you for your gracious every time that you come out for that Cash App. And thank you everybody else, as I said earlier, for those super chats that you've done. All right, here we go. So here is your pole vault here. This is going to be a very interesting field because Stefanidi was not doing well at the Olympics. Let's see how she does here. But it's Tina for Slovenia, Irana of Bulgaria, Karina of Greece, Holly Bradshaw of Great Britain, Sodorova, because I could pronounce her last name better, Anonymous, a.k.a. Russia. You know they're banned from international competition, I think, until after Oregon, so they have to go through ANA. And then Katie of USA. This is going to be very interesting, how Katie picks up the slack for the United States after one of her teammates got injured. So where are we at? We got the discus throw men. Now here is something for the Jamaican contingency out here. He's been on fire. Frederick Decres or Dacres. You know what? I've heard his name pronounced two different ways, and I do apologize for everybody that I mess up their names, but this man has been on fire. So y'all definitely should check out the men's discus throw for the Jamaican contingency here. I think that he has a good shot of winning. All right. Because he's won, I think, the last two competitions for the Diamond League on here. And then we got Andreas, Lithuania, Christian of Slovenia, Lucas of Austria, I think, Simon, and Daniel from Sweden. This is going to be a good discus competition. This is a stacked field. This is This is one of the fields where, if you want to say a quote-unquote honest competition, it's here. So let me go on to the next event here. The women's discus throw. Okay, women's discus. Marija from Croatia. Dania of Cuba. Ka of Portugal. Sandra of Croatia. Yame from Cuba, which I think has a good shot if she can deliver on the day. She normally does deliver on the day. Then Olympic champion Valerie Allman, which I think she can deliver on the day too. It's going to be a very interesting one, depending on how the conditions are. I think Allman also had an advantage as well when it comes to the Olympics because it rained afterward, not to take away from her. And of course, I love to see an American out on top. Hey, why would not? With a little bit of bias there, right? If I can help it. But I thought that helped her a little bit. Also, she was just looking better throughout this season in general. So I just got to say she's been looking better throughout this season. So that's why I said not to take away from her. She had weather that was to her advantage, and she's been looking better. Because look at the field, even with people that have better personal best than her, she's ahead of everybody by no less than a meter, and some of them she's got 2-3 meters on her. So if she can perform on the day, she can get it. But Perez is somebody to look out for. Triple jump men. They said the high jump of tonight was amazing. Boshoko said, yes, it was. I had covered that a little bit earlier. I'm not sure if you are with our current stream or you are there when I was doing the commentary before, because I know sometimes people are watching various sections of it. But yeah, that high jump, man, it's giving me chills. That's crazy. Look out for the 19-year-old. Yaroslava. She's gonna be something. As long as she stays out of being injured, of course, and everything. But here's the next event that we're covering here. Look at Tobia of Italy, Tiago of Portugal, Donald of USA, Mohammed of Algeria, Fabrice of I think is dang it, I don't know what nation that is, and Pedro of Portugal. Oh, he said I just joined. Yeah, I did cover that a little bit earlier. The triple jump is going to be good, so definitely check that out. I'm trying to comment on things that I know a little bit more about, so if I have a little bit less knowledge on that one, I'm gonna and if it's not somebody that is like stand out from a nation or something like that, sometimes I will go over it a little bit quicker than the other ones. They said, without offending any Jamaican fans, let's be honest, Shelly pulled out because Panache said, all right. Wait a minute. We can save that one for tomorrow. Okay. But wait a minute. What isn't this the triple jump for the women? Yeah, let me make sure. Because I'm like, the marks do seem like triple jump marks, and the people that are competing. But just in case I start saying the wrong thing. Okay. Thea LaFond. She's your competitor. Hannah, Kimberly Williams, Shanika Ricketts. I think they are probably going to be some of the favorites. I think Ricketts has a slight advantage of how she's been performing more recently. Patricia Mamona, and then Yulimar Rojas. Wait a minute. Hold up. Let me take back what I just said. I forgot. Wait a minute. What am I smoking? We got Rojas in here. Man, I swear I am a little bit... Okay, I'm going to stop on this event for this one. I'm a little bit hurt because Ibargüen, Catherine Ibargüen, she is not in this competition, and she is one of the only 5 athletes that have been able to secure a win in 2 events. Allison Felix, Noah Lyles, Catherine Ibargüen, and then I forget the other athlete, or maybe it's 3. It's either 4 or 3 athletes. So I said 5, I think, that have been able to get that. And Ibargüen was one of the best triple jumpers of the past decade. You guys got to go see the Olympics back in 2012. She got silver. That's when she used to high jump and triple jump. And then she came back and won Rio. She was injured this year. And then with her age and being injured, it's just very hard to recover. And then she got bronze in 2019. She got silver in 2017. She was double world champion. So she won before Rio, and then after London. So it's 2013 and 2015. They don't have the 2013 online, unfortunately, because World Athletics they didn't shift over, and it was just really bad coverage. They got like 2 minutes of 2013, and then 2015 was kind of bad coverage, but you see a lot. Rio, they barely posted that up. But I'm telling you, look at Ibargüen. She controls the crowd. She shows her booty out there. And hey, look, whether it's accidentally or on purpose, she be taking out her hat for Colombia. She be out there being a showman, or a showwoman, actually. And she be out there. It is a great watch to see Catherine Ibargüen. And I wish she was here, and I wish she wasn't injured, because she would give Rojas a run for her money. She's one of the only people that I think can give her a real run for her money, because she was close to that world record. But here we go. Rojas, she basically got to pull a Mahambo at this one and just not have a good day at all in order for her not to win. She's that dominant. With the world record this year, 1567, and she did it on the world stage at the Olympics, it's going to be hard to get to her. Yeah, they said, the Francois said, Father Time is caught up with the bargain. Yeah. Yeah, that is crazy that Father Time is caught up with her. Let's see what happens at the World Championships. Can she recover from the injury and everything next season? But Patricia Momona. Well, if I got to pick a solid number 2, Ricketts got a spot to get that number 2. But if Rojas don't perform and Ricketts can do a little bit better for Jamaica, hey, anything is possible. That's the way I put it. That's my hopeful trying to pander a little bit. A little bit. Let me stop for a second. Realistically, Rojas has been on fire this season. I think she's got 1 or 2 losses, so it is possible for her to lose. So it's not like she's undefeated. When Ibargüen was on top, she was literally undefeated. Rojas, she might be undefeated. I gotta go back over that because she has an undefeated streak too. But Rojas is beatable. It's gonna be very hard. Momona got to come out with a new PR because Rojas could freaking sneeze and still get over 15 feet. And then Ricketts, they're going to have to get over 15 feet. It's going to be very interesting who finishes in second. But yeah, we're going to see this. So let me move on to the next one. Because that's going to be an exciting event. Oh, shoot, I got 9 minutes. I'm going to have to fly through these next events. Dang. Let me see. Let me send out a message to them and see if I can get at least 30 extra minutes so I can cover these properly instead of just flying through. So I'm going to send a message while you guys are here. So what is this event? Oh, the 400. Okay, women's 400. Let me look at the field, who we got here and see here. So we got Klaver of the Netherlands, Whitney, Kazmarek, McPherson, Paulino, Williams, Hayes, and McLeod. Candace McLeod finished extremely poorly on this past weekend at the meet. While she was looking good in that red, and I'm telling y'all, unfortunately, she running for Jamaica, so she can't be wearing the red uniforms. I was like, whoa, McLeod over there looking a little bit good over there in that red. But oh, I don't have her on this one either. Oh, I thought I had McLeod up here. But yeah, so she got that good red uniform, but that wasn't working for her. She died out heavy in that last 60, 70 meters. Hayes, she ain't looking too hot more recently, but we'll see how they do it because that could have just been, hey, look, this the weekend meet. I'm showing up appearance fee, whatever, right? I'm trying to do what I can. And then here we go. Tomorrow's going to be the money shot. Now, Marilady, like I said, she's been undefeated except at the Olympics. It's going to be very, very difficult to defeat Marilady Paulino. I mean, what they going to have on her? Oh, here's McLeod. That was the image. Look at that red. I think that looks really good on her. But anyway, so it's going to be very hard to defeat Marilady Paulino because she's been dominating this 400. And then Stephanie Ann McPherson. Now, if I'm not mistaken, hasn't she been going through an injury? So on paper, she has a competitive time, but I wonder how her training's been going. So this is going to be very interesting, leading this up for tomorrow. Rojas, she lost a Diamond League meet this year because of the last 3 rule. Oh, because of the last 3 rule. Rojas' defeats have come in the new final round format. Otherwise, she's unbeatable. Oh, I see. So I'm going to say Paulino is going to take this one. Nobody else. I mean, it's going to be, I can't call for if the Jamaicans will get second because McLeod finished so poorly. I would say Sade Williams got it for the second. Danielle Tanisha, Danielle, I don't know which one. You got 2 first names, and I can't tell if you're a guy or a woman. But you said heck no what? Heck no what? Well, as far as the red or something? What are you saying hell no to? Oh, I got demonetized again. Wait a minute. I've already been demonetized. It is what it is. But here's the 400. Here's the 400 men. So we got Rhea of Italy, Petrucciani of Sweden. This is one of the athletes that the country can put in themselves. Because if you look at his time compared to everybody else, he's about to get blown out. Unless some of these other athletes just don't, perform to their level. Because he's within the range of potentially getting a new PR. So, yeah. But anyway, Bonavaccia of Netherlands, Cherry of USA, James of Grenada, Lindor of Trinidad and Tobago, Makwala of Botswana, and I always think that has a ring with it. When I say Makwala of Botswana, it's like, is that a rhyme on purpose? And then Norwood of USA. Michael Cherry got this straight up. Unless this man messes up, I think this is his race to lose. I can't see Karani James maybe doing anything against him, but this is going to be an interesting one, right? Because Cherry hasn't broken 44 seconds this season, and we know that James was able to break 44 this season. So this is going to be a good one. I'm actually very excited for the men's 400. I'm very excited for the men's 400. It's going to be basically a race for third. Makwala, we're going to see what happens there. I wish we had the Olympic champion in this 400 as well, but hey, some people don't want to show up. So it's Karani James and Michael Cherry's show. And I would say that Michael Cherry, it's his race to lose. But actually, when I got to think about it, Karani James ain't going to be no slouch. They said Cherry for the win. So with that being said, look, what y'all think on this one? What do y'all think on this one? So I got a little bit of extra time on these, but I'm going to move on. But y'all let me know what y'all think on that one because I know y'all delayed. I'm just going to cover the next event now. They said McPherson for the win in the 400. Maybe. We're going to see. Mariliti is nearly unstoppable. So, hey, I just go by stats. That's how I analyze this. If McPherson can recover from her injury that she had, and she's been doing okay in her training, then maybe. Now, here we go. Chepngetich of Kenya. This is a 3,000 women's steeplechase. Chess pull, Karui, Gerudo, Yavi Kraus of Germany. She's been a heck of a competitor, actually. Somebody to look out for. Abebe of Ethiopia. Kenyang, Fredericks. Oh, my goodness. You saw that run that she did. She got the USA record, if I'm not mistaken, too. And she finished in silver at the Olympics. And then Chimotai of Uganda. And then we got Fancy Chirono. Actually, she's pretty decent herself as the pace setter. So looking at this field, let me get a second to look over this field. You know what? On paper, Fredericks has the best time. I don't know if she got a good kick, but I know one thing is that if she makes a move early, which she typically can do, she can burn and get enough of a lead with over 1,000 meters to go. Maybe even about 600 meters to go. I think that's the latest that she can leave it. And then she might be able to come away with the win. Because, I mean, she's the only person in the field this season under 8 minutes or 9 minutes. And then Chesspool, she's got the next best time as far as PR. And then Chesspool actually has a good strategy and a good kick. Yavi, I think, is going to be the de facto one to beat. Abebe of Ethiopia. Ethiopia has been trying to shine in the 3,000 steeplechase. Kenya has had a lock on it. USA kind of gets in there every once in a while, but we're going to see how that goes. Kenyang also is there. Chimutai of Uganda, we can't count her out. This is a really tough field to call, but if I had to say, based on what I saw at the Olympics, Fredericks of the USA is probably she's going to be the determining factor. She's going to move, and then whoever can hang with her is going to be basically, they're going to be able to outkick her most likely, right? Until it comes into like the last 100, I think Fredericks actually does have a good kick in the last 100. But if she can't kick in with about 250 to go, that's where they could really kill her. But if somebody is able to stick with her, or at least she's going to destroy the field. If she does her normal move, the field's going to grow apart, and that's whoever's there at that point is basically going to be the medals decided. I can't really call this one. This is going to be exciting. This is going to be exciting. The meet record, Ruth Jabet, wow, is 8:55. Very interesting. 855. I wonder if that goes down. All right, next event. Where we at? I think it's the 100 hurdles. Yes, the women's 100 hurdles. Now, this one's going to be interesting. Robinson, Cunningham, Amusan, Weiser, Tapper, Simber, Chadwick, Kazak, and Kambuji. All right. Very, very interesting. Kambuji, the Taji Kambuji. I feel so freaking bad about the Taji. What? She cannot get it together. At the Olympics, she had a bad race, and then at the World U20 Championship, she fell over the hurdles, knocked herself out of the race. I think she was easily a favorite or a co-favorite for that championship, and she just cannot get it. Now, I think that she got a bid here based on her being Swedish. I mean, from Swiss, right? The host nation. Whatever. I'm having a brain fart right here. But we know that looking at her times and looking at that she didn't really do the Diamond Leagues like that. Why is she in this field? They basically on paper are setting her up to go last, but as we know, she probably will be pulled by the competitors in the field. So she's not going to be able to be a factor here, I don't think, right? But I think that she's probably not going to finish last. I think that. So here we go. As far as who I think is the favorite, I would say Amusan, but she ain't. I don't know. She don't know how to win. Somebody compare her to a Safa Powell or something like that, and I think that's a very fitting thing when it comes to like the championship type of things. Amusan just freaking freezes up when it comes to the most important races. She's on paper better than other people. This is her sister. For the Annie Fun who said she does hurdles, that's her sister. Mujinga is who you're thinking of. This is D Taji Kambuji. So D Kambuji is what I'm gonna say right now. You're thinking of Mujinga. That's her sister. So, but yeah, Amusan on paper typically comes in. Yes, here she is. No. So when it comes to it, I would give it to Weiser of the Netherlands or Tapper. That's who I'm going to go with when it comes to here. Let me look over the field one more time. I'm going to give it, me personally, bias. Here's my bias coming out. I want to see Toby Amusan come away with the field. Not only that, I wanted to destroy it. I want to have that's my bias here. Now going back to my analysis phase right here. All right, step back. I think Megan Tapper or Nadine Weiser are going to come away with the win. It would be nice to see either one of them. If Tapper comes up, I already know she got those great celebrations and whatnot. Cindy Simber, we can't count her out at all. People were saying Cindy Simber was the one that should be called sexy or whatever when I made the video called Sexy Asher Smith. And I'm just like, all right, I ain't got no words on it. I'm just going by, hey, look, when I put up Dina Asher Smith on the screen for the freaking comment section be going wild. That's all I can go by, right? Like, that's what I'm going by. They said Amusan is not a championship racer. Her season best would have easily got a medal at the Olympics. Yeah. They said Tapper in second. Anything can happen. I think it'll be Megan Tapper's day. Yeah. When it comes here, I want to say that Megan Tapper's realistically looking at who performs, not just on paper. Tapper, Weiser, those two perform. And then Cunningham comes up every once in a while. I don't know if she's going to come up in this championship. So we can't count out Cindy Simber or Cunningham. Amusan, I look at her more like, okay, she's going to get maybe, I'll give her a second or a third. But like I said, my bias and her ability, this is what frustrates me too. Her ability says that she can come away with the win. I really would like her to win. I would like her to win. No heat, no shade to anybody else. I like to see good athletes do well. That, if nothing else. So let me move on to the next event. Why does it keep resetting me to the bottom of the freaking page? I don't understand it. So now I'm just going to open this in a new tab or attempt to open it. Well, it doesn't work. So here we go. Men's 110 hurdles. We got Smet, Dahl, Roberts, Allen, Parchment, Joseph, Levy, and a Hammer, which I think he got the automatic bid because of the host nation. So here we go. Here we go. They said Simber is not close to her. 253 right now. That's I understand that, but if you see some of the recent times run, if they're just as slow, Cinder got it. Cinder is in the mix. But here we go. Let me focus on this. So Hansel Parchment, I think he's been having a heck of a series of races, other than the one where he finished last. But he explained it with his bust basically breaking down and whatnot. And so that took him out of basically warming up. I mean, that makes sense. If you ain't warmed up and everything, how you going to perform on your body? I know how it feels to run a race and not warmed up. I've run an 800, not warmed up, and oh my goodness, I would never want to do that again. I've run a 5K not warmed up. That was my warm up, quote unquote. My coach, he was like, all right, guys, let's go out here and do a 5K before we do this. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, this will be your warm up. And I'm like, what the heck? I ran a faster 5K as a freshman in college than I did in my entire season as throughout my history in high school. But anyway, let me go back on this. So I think Parchment got this hands down. Now, this is going to be of who I think comes in the second. You know what? Anything can happen in the hurdles. We all know that because that's the whole thing. That's the excitement of hurdles. Somebody could trip, whatever. They can not go over well. Something happens. So Parchment, I think he has it. Even with a bad start, he beat Devin Allen. And Devin Allen is there the entire way. If Parchment falls off, I think Devin Allen is probably the number 2 guy to go to. So Levy and Allen are going to be fighting out for number 2. That's what I think. Daniel Roberts might have a chance of getting it, but I think it's probably going to go 1-2 Jamaica. But Devin Allen might have something up his sleeve. I'll give him that. Devin Allen might have something up his sleeve. But I think right now it's going to go 1-2 Jamaica. And it might even surprise us where Levy gets the win, Parchment in second. But I think it's pretty safe to say it's that. And then whoever wins this, remember, you get the automatic bid at the World Championships. But this one is looking very easy, quote unquote easy, that Jamaica's going to get it. And I think it's Hansel Parchment. And then if he gets an automatic bid, oh my goodness, McLeod don't have to cry next year saying, hey, you got to let me through. Man, McLeod going to have his spot and be able to get through because then it might be 4 Jamaicans and whatnot. So where are we at? 1,500 women, pole vault. Here we go. Now, here's the 1,500 women. We got Healy, Slottenhofen. Oh, Slottenhofen. Oh, there we go. Mbeye. When I picture their faces, I could pronounce some of their names. Sometimes I look at them on paper and I don't see it. But then, yeah. Snowden, Norris, Perez, Nanyando, Hall, Hassan, and Kip Yegon. Okay, with this one, this is a quote-unquote easier one. This is the, and Chanel Price, the pace setter. All right, I'm going to shout out to my girl Chanel Price. All right, you be pace setting some of the fastest races in history. Is it going to be another one? Let's look at the meet record here. Meet record, Tatiana Kazakina from Soviet Union. Interesting. 352.47. Interesting. Well, I think that's going down. But let's see. Faith Kipyegon and Safan Hassan. Oh my goodness. I can't. Man, this is going to be hard to call. When it comes to the head-to-head, Faith has more wins, if I'm not mistaken. I probably should look on World Athletics. But from my memory, Faith is better than Hassan or Safan over the 1,500 when they have it. Now, remember, she was pregnant, and she came back at the World Championships in Doha and finished second to Safan Hassan. She came off her pregnancy. She wasn't pregnant, but she came off her pregnancy. She had a new PR, which was a Kenyan national record. Now she has an improved PR now this year, right? And she's the one that denied Hassan that medal there. She winded up fading a bronze medal in the 1,500. She was trying to go for the treble, but Faith Kipyegon said, yoink, I got this. right? So this is gonna be a good one. Y'all gotta watch this. My skin is crawling or whatever, or my hairs are raised. I'm getting excited about this one. Linden Hall, I think this is gonna be a race for whoever gets third. And I think Schlottenhofen of the USA, she shows that she can perform when it counts. So I think she's going to be one to look out for. Nyando from Winnie Nyando from Uganda, she has a kick. But I want to say that it's going to be Linden Hall is going to come away with third. Or she might even come away between Faith and Safan Hassan, because remember what happened at the Olympics. So, but Linden Hall of Australia, man, she's Australia's star for the Australians here. Shout out to y'all. I think that she has what it takes. If I got to take that out, looking at the current field, that's what I got to say. But Faith and Safan Hassan, I think Faith gets this one. Something tells me that Faith Kipyegon is going to take this one, but she's got to be in front of Safan Hassan. They said in the first race, Panache said, I see it's a lot of people that support Faith Kipyegon. Kazakina sets the world record in the early 80s in the 1500. Oh, really? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Mina Vamp said, I give it to Kipyegon. I think she has Hassan on lock now. Yeah, I'm thinking that too. And then Panache said, in their first race this year, Faith tested out Safan at the Diamond League, where they finished side by side and Hassan won. Then in the next race, Faith knew when to attack. If Faith is feeling good, anything can happen. Yeah, I think a world record might actually go down. Because Faith and Safan Hassan, they are right. The world record's within a second. Like less than a second away from Faith's PR. And then Safan Hassan is only slightly slower than that. Both of them are within a second of the world record. If we can see a world record at the Diamond League and they got a crowd, the crowd should go freaking wild, go crazy. Laura Muir, that would have been nice to see Laura Muir. She's been improving year after year. She finally got a medal. She finally got one. So that would have been great to see her out there. And I'm not surprised that she hasn't shown up. It will be very tough to beat the two competitors, but it will still be very good to see what she would have been able to do. But yeah, here we go. This is, wait a minute, isn't this the pole vault? Yeah. I don't even know why I even looked up at the thing. Sometimes my mind goes blank. So we got Margunov, Lightfoot, Obiena, Kendricks, which if you remember, he could not compete because of the COVID thing and everything like that. But he got it right there. And so he was kind of robbed of the Olympic chance of going there. And I think he has one of the best chances to defeat Duplantis at any given day. Although Nielsen actually usually goes back and forth. Like, it's been meet records. They've been trying to go after each other's meet records. Duplantis and Nielsen. Duplantis and Nielsen. They got meet records. It's held by Nielsen. Duplantis beats it, and then vice versa. This has been a good battle this year for the men's pole vault. And then, of course, Armand Duplantis, 19 years old, just killing the field, killing the crowd. So when it comes down to this, I'm gonna say Duplantis. It seems easy, but as we saw earlier this year in that Diamond League, Duplantis finished 5th. If he has it together, he might be able to do okay. But he wasn't looking too hot at one of those Diamond Leagues. He was performing horribly. So I'm going to say that it's still open, but I'm leaning toward Armand Duplantis here in the pole vault. But the Americans, as being one of the toughest nations on the planet when it comes to there, and then Armand, what was he, a former American, right? Being one of the toughest nations, and Duplantis knows this, right? Personally, I'm gonna say that Nielsen and Kendricks might actually surprise. They might actually surprise. My bias here, I want to see the American vest on top. That's what I want. Because Duplantis got it easily. He could qualify in his nation, but I want to see 4 pole vaulters from the USA. So can Americans, here goes my bias. Americans, can one of y'all beat Duplantis tomorrow? I know it's going to be an upset. Headlines going to be like, Duplantis is falling off. Man, look, he'll be okay. Look, I want y'all to come here so 4 Americans can come by in the World Championships if we didn't already get it. I forgot who won I believe that Duplantis is world champion in the pole vault. Let me check this so I cannot. And here go Faith Kipyegon. Let me look at the stat zone real quick. Top list. Hold on. Bear with me for a second with this one. I know some of y'all might not be interested in the pole vault. Pole vault is my favorite event. It's a very popular internationally too. So, and I used to coach pole vault. This is why I got to check. I forgot who the world champion is in pole vault, but I thought it was Duplantis. If I am not mistaken, let me see. World championship. Who did he finish second to? Was it an American? Hold on. How do I not remember this? Kendricks? Okay. Wait a minute. Is Kendricks the world champion? Hold on. I think he is. Let me look at the comment section. Oh. Wait a minute. Yeah. Wow, how come I could not remember that double world champion? What the heck is going on with my memory? Because that was a good competition. I got to go watch it now. Now I got to go back and watch the world championships. Okay. So this is the worst part because he was taken out of the Olympics. Okay, so this even validates what I was saying even more. Kendricks is the most capable of defeating Duplantis, and I thought I remembered that from somewhere because he even on paper with his PR, he's the closest to Duplantis. But when you see them consistently meet after meet, Kendricks does have what it takes. And then this season, Nielsen has been going against Duplantis, but Kendricks, like I said, he's got what it takes. He didn't look too hot at that last Diamond League, or that last meet that he was at, unfortunately. But that was his first meet back from basically being away from the Olympics. So that was knocking the rust out. Hopefully he can get it through here. But we got an automatic bid already, so yeah. They said pole vault is a super technical event, makes for great viewership. Yeah. And one last thing, and I'm going to move on from this. If you learn some of the power techniques in the pole vault, it helps you in the triple jump. When I was a coach for triple jump and pole vault and long jump, I actually made better sprinters from all of the techniques that I learned. I learned the center of body mass. When you have a pole in your hand, is actually outside of your body in front of you, and how all of that, the timing and everything. And then I was like, it was so crazy how good, how I became one of the better. I don't want to say one of the best because I had some of the best pole vault coaches around me that were helping me as well. But how I became one of the better pole vault coaches. Event I was eat, breathing, sleeping pole vault. So when I look at this, I can tell when somebody is about to do well or not just from their run up. And then as soon as they hit that, I'm like, oh. And I'll say this last thing. Man, I'm getting excited. Last thing. When you put a pole into the okay, it's a pit right there. When you put the pole into the pit, the perfect pole vault is to hit it directly there. A lot of the pole vaulters have and that's very hard to do. A lot of the pole vaulters hit the ground slightly before, or there's a little bit of gap right there. But if you can get the pole in the pit like right there instead of it sliding, every little tiny centimeter that you slide on the ground or you hit it down early, one, it takes away your momentum. You got to run forward and slowly put it down, put the pole down as you're going forward. And then number two, that has friction. And you guys may not think the friction comes into play, but that friction of those centimeters of when it slides on the ground, even if it's, you said no audio, even if it's there, it's kind of crazy. Wait a minute. Yo, you guys said no audio? Well, hold up. Let me make sure. But that's crazy. Maybe because I clapped the one time. But it shows audio on my side. Let me see. Is it fixed? Or what? Let me see. Is the audio fixed? That's kind of crazy. But it shows audio on my side. So maybe going out and back in, and that'll fix the audio. Oh, okay, cool. So let me see here. Cool. Let me see. Where were we at? We were at the pole vault. Man, I'm excited for that. Okay, where we at? Now, we were at the pole vault. We had the 1,500 men. Okay, we're a couple of events away from the 100. Let me look at the 1,500 right here. Oh, shoot. Man, the extended time I asked for. Man, my client is going to be so mad. They paid me good money to work with them. All right, let me go here. Let's see the meet record. Oh, Hisham El Garouj got the meet record. Wow, 326. I got to see this race. A 326.45. The world record is 326 flat. This is the fourth fastest time, or the third fastest time. Bernard Lagat got the second. 326 something, 326. I think that's the fourth fastest time because I think there was a 326.3. Or El Garouj got a 326.20 something. But Bernard Lagat. But that's the fourth fastest time in history. Gosh dang, I don't know. Let me see. Is Ingebrigtsen is here. Ooh, this is gonna be crazy. Okay. Is Bergen, Quimoy, Fontes, Simitwo, Hoare, Kipsang, Katir, McSween, Chariot, Ingebrigtsen, and then we got our two pace setters, Matthew Ramsden of Australia. Shout out to you guys. And Eric Sawinski from Iowa. Shout out to you. He's been a pretty good runner in his own right, actually. So, more so in the 800. Maybe take out his head. He got to take out his headphones. Dang, that's crazy. Maybe it's your headphones. But let me go back to this. So, this is probably Ingebrigtsen and Timothy Chariot are here. Ooh, this is going to be crazy. Stuart McSween. McSween is good for Australia. We can't count him out. He might just, bust out a new one on this one. I can't say that he could outkick Chariot or Ingebrigtsen. And Ingebrigtsen has been on fire he's got the world leading time in the 5,000. And he's a world leader in the 1,500, if I'm not mistaken, this year. Oh, Timothy Chariot got that world lead? Wow. Okay. Well, he's right there. So this is going to be very, very interesting. We're going to have the Olympic champion, 20-year-old Ingebrigtsen versus Timothy Chariot. This is going to be crazy. But you can't count out Stuart McSween. I mean, you just cannot count him out. I got him as a strong third or fourth because Muhammad Katir has been there. But I don't know. Katir is looking like he's a better 3,000 runner than he is 1,500. He beat McSween over 3,000, and people thought he was going to do something in the 5,000. But this is going to be hard. This is going to be hard because McSween, when it comes to third, McSween, Katir, Kipsang, he might have it. Yeah, those are the only ones that I can see based on the runners here. They said Katir could feature as well. Yeah, I think that Katir might actually come up here. These four right here are well and away above everybody else. Yeah, Abel Kipsang may do pretty well, but I can't see him breaking into this squad right here. I can't see him breaking into that squad. Maybe Katir could fall off or something like that. That's what I see Katir. Katir either has a really good race or he has a bad race. That's what type of runner he is. But yeah, Ingebrigtsen, we might see some fireworks go down. That's what I'll say with that. Now, let me go on to the next event. All right, Javelin. Is Feta here? Yes, he is. So we got Wieland, Cox, Mardere, Weber, Peters, Vetter, and Vadlik for your field. Essentially, far and above, this is Johannes Vetter. He's about to destroy everybody unless he has a bad day. I mean, it ain't even close. I want to see him get to 100 meters for javelin. This man is dominant. I mean, it's hard to argue against him. I mean, he's more dominant than some of the other events that I've seen in this one. This is crazy. Barry Chambers said, I wonder what's up with Chariot this season. Maybe he's coming off being sick. Yeah, he didn't do well in the Kenyan trials either. He finished fourth, and it's crazy. But he's got the world leading time this year. But Johannes Vetter, man, this man is going to be hard to beat. So I want to see this one. I'm going to be looking at this. It's basically a competition for second, and I can't call that one at all. I can't call it. On paper, it looks like Cox can get that one, but we about to see. They said both men and women's 1500 are the highlights tomorrow. The watered down 100 is allowing other events to get deserved attention. Vettel hasn't been as dominant this season. Well, yeah, I would say that he's dominant in general. If he can, all he got to do is really just get over 90 meters, and he's got it. They said Peters of Grenada can come up with the win. Oh, okay, Desmond. I see this. Okay, I see you guys. I see it a little bit differently, and I can see from thinking back to some of the competitions actually in the Javelin. But I mean, it's hard to bet against Fetter, man. It's hard to bet against them. But yeah, I do agree with you a little bit that the 100 being a little bit missing Shelly Ann Fraser-Price and Sharika Jackson. It does do that. They said Fetter didn't do well at the Olympics. He is super fired as well. The Frequaz said, okay, all right. I see you like his looks. All right. I got you. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. They said Peters has been doing well. We'll see what happens. This is going to be interesting in the Javelin because he did well in his last Diamond League. And maybe I'm thinking back to that, and I did forget about the Olympic competition. It just kind of went in my head. He's one of those guys where if they don't win, I just forget about it. But if they win, I'm like, yeah, I stocked that in my memory because they're so dominant. So, yeah, let's see. Wait a minute. This is the high jump. So we got Thomas, Lovett, Protsenko, Ivanchuk. Oh, my goodness. Ivanchuk is freaking crazy. Neda Sekau and Tambiri. Tambiri is the entertainer. He's the male version. If you combined Ibargwin and Flojo together with how they be dressing and the stuff that they be doing, Tambiri is the guy. That's that. Gianmarco Tambiri from Italy. I don't care how he performs tomorrow, although I do expect him to be in the running for winning. I think that he can. He's a Olympic gold medalist in the high jump. And before he got injured, he was one of the people they thought would start challenging for the world record in the high jump. Same thing with the Barsham. Barsham before he got injured too. Tambiri and Barsham. It's like when you get really high in the high jump, it's like, boom. It's like, oh, okay. You get injured, you ain't gonna get that high jump world record. It's so crazy because both of them were being predicted to at least push toward it. And it's so fitting that both of them shared the gold, although I would have liked, I don't know, I'm not as happy with that personally. I want to see a winner, not a shared one. But it can happen in the running events. I'd rather you just do a sprint off or run off or something like that. And then same thing with a jump off. Then just give two people the gold. But okay, whatever. Win or tie, we in here. So I'm going to say Tambiri is my favorite. Ivanchuk. If he can come through and be focused, he can actually beat Tambiri. He can beat Tambiri, or he could at least get into second. Those are going to be the guys right there. Maxim, I don't know what's going to go on with him. I'm not as familiar with him as a competitor, to be honest. So Ivanchuk and Tambiri are the ones that I can say. That they said, by the way, how come Flojo got to wear those outfits? Team USA uniforms weren't mandatory then. Well, it's the same way as if you look at Kingdom. Those are actually part of the USA uniforms because Kingdom actually wore one of his uniforms like that. That was the thing. Let me look and see if I can bring him up on the screen. Give me just a second. Because Kingdom, if you guys recall, and somebody brought him up in the Athletics and Chill, so I did my research on him. He was one of the athletes that dressed just like her. And I was like, oh, wow, this is very interesting. So here it is. Good thing I got him a little bit. Where is he at? Because I know I saved his file somewhere easier to find. Kingdom. Where we at? Nope, wrong folder. 1 second. I'm not going to slow us down. I'm going to give myself 20 more seconds. If I can't find him, then I'm going to just stop. Let me see. Let me see. I know I got him in here somewhere. Dang, I can't find it. Oh, well. But if you look back, I was going to bring him up because if you look back for, I forget his first name for some reason now, but Kingdom in the hurdles. Oh, here it is. I got him. Last second. Came in with the clutch. So here's Robert Kingdom. If you see the uniform here, do you see this? So this is, he also had another uniform where he had the longer tights. So Flojo wasn't the only one that was dressing like that. You had some of the men that actually wore the pullover uniform, and then you had the leg tight thing or whatever. The same thing that Flojo was doing, actually. And you could find other ones of him actually having the leg tights and everything. So let me take them off the screen and get back onto the current topic. Now, where am I at? What event did I just cover? I just forgot. Oh, the high jump. They said, love Sotomayor. They said, watch Richardson wear that suit. The high jump record is old. It's hard to beat. The Cuban was phenomenal. Yeah, exactly. I think, you know what? It's going to start going for one of the oldest records in the book in a second. Here we go. No, actually, hold on. Hold on. Let me cover that after this one. Hold on. Let me cover it a little bit afterward. I know this is the highlight one. Let me cover the men and women's after that. Let me go here for a second because I want to do the same thing like I did with the 5,000. Let me cover that after. I know some of y'all gonna be like, wait a minute, what the? I stayed with this. Okay, Tundov Bor, Bet, Abdel Wahid, Takele, Kibiwat, Wale, Keegan, and El Bakali. He finally finished a freaking race. Is this the 3,000 steeplechase men? Yeah, there we go. So let me look at this. The Olympic champion is Soufiane El Bakali. I don't know if he can come away with the win here, but the Kenyans were off that one. It's going to be hard to, overall, this one is going to be a hard one to call. This is going to be a hard one to call. I want to say that El Bakali has it, but he has been struggling to finish races. 3 in a row, he could not finish. And he finally finished his last one. It was the 5,000 at the Olympics. Then he came by, hit a steeple in one of the races. Then it was another one, and then he finally finished his last race. So if I want to say it, it's going to be one of the Kenyans, but I can't tell you which one. It's going to be a very exciting 3,000 meter steeplechase. I'll put it that way. Since I can't call it, I don't want to meander on that one too long. Now, this one, y'all forgot Natoya Gould won at Brussels. I want to highlight this one because I did want to go back to that, but then time and just videos. That's why I said I want to have another YouTube channel that's probably going to be called Athletic Highlights and Shorts or something, where I'm going to do 2, maybe 5-minute videos, and it's just going to be on specific athletes, and I'm just going to come out with 2, 3, 4 videos a day. When it's a meet, I'm going to do 1 video per athlete. That's all. It's going to be like, hey, here's Barsham, here's freaking Tambiri, here's Gould, here's Nakai, and all of that stuff. I think I'm going to do that and just make that a channel so that if you want to see a specific athlete talked about on their own, a profile of them, we're going to do it. So we got Bissett, Elamu, Riki, Grace, Lynn, Gould, Nakai, Hodgkinson, and Hoffman. And then we got the pace setter is Noelle Yorigo. I'm not familiar with her, actually, unfortunately. Usually I know my pace setters. I follow them a lot. Let's see. Here we go. With this, I think Natoya Gould, looking at the field, she's got this. Kate Grace. Kate Grace is an undercovered athlete as well. Gemma Riki. So it's going to be Gould, Grace, and Riki. And I'm going to have to lean toward, Halima Nakai of Uganda also is there. And Keely Hodgkinson. Man, this is going to be a hard one. Wait a minute. Let me look at this field a little bit more because I got to picture them in my mind. I don't care about what they have as their best times of the season. You got to think about what they can do consistently. So I would say Natoya Gould is probably going to be in the running to win this race if it comes down to her running her own race. That's what she's got to do. If she doesn't run her own race, she's basically set herself up to lose. I know she wants to get the automatic bid. In Jamaica, it's easier to go through in the 800 anyway. So that's not even something she got to really worry about. But hey, if she just shows up for the first round and then she can rest, I know she probably would prefer to do that. But Keely Hodgson of Great Britain, I think that her and Jima Riki, because Riki actually ran this weekend in the 1000, and she came by with the personal best. That shows us that she's got some fitness here in this 800. So that endurance portion of the 800 is going to come into play right here. She came in with a PR, and it was a pretty big PR for Jima Riki. So the Great British athletes are going to be two athletes to look out for. And I'm going to say between both of them, Hodgson is probably going to come out for the challenge. So it's Hodgson or Gould. I got to say the 1 or 2. I can't call it. I'm going to lean toward Natoya Gould if she sticks with her own race. And then Kate Grace, don't count her out. Just like Riki, don't count her out. On paper, she might be 2 seconds slower than even Hodgson, but she can come through and nip anybody at the line. She can come through with that late move. And she doesn't really get covered too much in the USA. But like I said, I'm going to say my favorites are going to be Hodgson and Gould. If Gould runs her race, she's going to be nearly unbeatable. If she doesn't, then Hodgson is the quote-unquote easy win for me. They said tapped in, tapper. All right. Moving on to the next one. Where are we at? The 800 men. Then where we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 events left. So we're almost there. Wait a minute. I didn't want to click the women again. Gosh, dang it. We covered the 800 women already. 800 men. Let's go. Okay, we got Harris. Oh, wait a minute. Harris is in this one. I didn't know that one. Kenya Mall, Murphy. Oh my goodness, I'll cover that in a second. Giles, Arop, Rotich, Career, Tuka. So we got Patrick Zaritsky, which he actually comes out from Poland. He be pacing a lot of these. I think he's a great Polish athlete in his own right. As far as what he can do for the pace setting. He's not really particularly fast in the 800, but he could come out and he consistently comes out and doing good pacing. So I'll give him that because I follow him with that. He goes out there, he gets his checks for pacing. So Isaiah Harris, Clayton Murphy, obviously, he's one of the fastest. Same thing with Marco Arop, but we know what happened at the Olympics. We know. So I'm going to give it. Murphy's been having a horrible season after the USA trials. I mean, nothing has been going right for him. I saw that he was tiring out and looking bad. He's not as good in one-off races either. He's good at trials and championships. So that's why I'm like, when I saw him in the first round of the Olympics, I already knew something was wrong. Wendigo said, Murphy better win or else in caps. All right. Let me see. I'm going to say that I can't count on Murphy right now. I cannot count on Murphy. I am sorry, but I can't count on him. And yeah, so what I'm going to say, and I'm going to flash him on the screen right here. He could party and everything all he wants. But I'm going to give it to Rotich right here. Rotich, Career, they got it. But I'm going to give it to Chariot Rotich. But it's a hard field to call. The 800 is very open. We don't got a dominant feature in here at all. Not at all. So I'm going to move on to the next one. That's too hard to call for me. But I will say Rotich, but that's just because if you got to force me to pick somebody, I'm picking somebody. But I really just don't know. 400 hurdles for the women. We got Haley, Woodruff, Little, Bowl, Rizikova, Russell, to Victoria. I'm going to pronounce the first name, and Sprunger, which is an add-on from Sweden, from the Swiss. Yeah, they said, Murphy took an L this season. Okay, here we go. They said Rotich for the win. All right, now, Let's look at the field here. Shamir Little should, on paper, do very well, just like Femke Bol. Anna Rizikova should be doing better than she's been doing recently. Geneve Russell, I would say that she could get in the mix for the top spots, but she doesn't have a chance to win. So I'm going to say Femke Bol. I don't trust Shamir Little with my life, unfortunately. And I really, she used to compete at the high school I went to back in Illinois. And I announced plenty of her races, saw her as she was coming up as a high schooler and dominant. I remember when I first saw her, she was goofy as all get out. When the first race I saw her and I was about to announce, and I told somebody, I didn't even look at the times or anything. I just said, that athlete's about to win. And then somebody said, how do you know? I said, well, when you see so many people run over and over and over and in person, you get a pattern in your head. And then when the starter was like telling everybody to get ready, she got extremely serious. It was a look in her face. And I said, yeah, she's got it. But when it comes down to it, Femke Bol for the win. Rizikova ain't been looking as good, so I would say somebody else got a spot here for second. But I would give Little, if she got it together that day, she could actually win against Femke Bol. And this might be a chance for them to break 52 seconds in this. Wouldn't that be crazy if Femke Bol could break 52 seconds? So I would say Bol, Rizikova, or Little. Russell might actually come up in here because Little does not perform, and then Rizikova has been underperforming. So Russell might actually come in for a strong second. That's what I got a feeling for. If Little, it depends on who we get that day. Do we got superpower Little, or do we got the one that her form has just been off and she's never improved it? I'm a little bit angry and disappointed with her, but hey, it is what it is. Just because I've seen her from literally seeing so many of her races in announced form, it's kind of disappointing for me personally. But Russell, I think she's probably got a strong shot for second, knowing how the consistency with Little, how she performs. Depends on who we get tomorrow. They said Bol is like Polino, only beaten in the hurdles at the Olympics this year. She will keep Sydney on her toes when Muhammad retires. Yeah, I believe so too. Okay. Let's see. If you're just joining us, don't forget to smash that like button. Thank you all that have contributed to PayPal, Cash App, and the Patreon subscriber that we have, and the people earlier that did Super Chat, because that keeps this channel going as we get demonetized instantly sometimes on these live streams because of the topics I talk about. So it is what it is. And I thank you guys for doing it. So smash the like button. It costs you nothing. And definitely share this. So we got McAllister, Angela, Maggie, Capello, McCaster, Dos Santos, Vorholm, which has been on a 34 or 35 race win streak in the 400 hurdles. I wonder, because he did not look good in that open four. And then Priest. I hope that this is the men's 400 hurdles, by the way. I hope that that he could keep his win streak. I hope that he could keep his win streak. I have no horse in this race. I got no bias here. There's nothing. I like to see athletes that do well continue to do well. What is the meet record here? So we got Samuel Matate of Zambia. Oh, it's with the meeting record. Well, that's going down 47-1. Okay, that seems like that's pretty easy to go down. I mean, we got at least 3 athletes that have the ability to do that. McMaster probably can get a new PR. Dos Santos has been so consistent. Like, yo, if Vorholm falls off, yo, he's right there. And then Capello could come there, depending on how bad Vorholm is. But I don't expect Vorholm to do bad. He just probably can't run because he doesn't have the hurdles in front of him. That's the way I look at it. Some athletes, they so used to running with the hurdles, they get the hurdles out of them, and then they just like a fish out of water. So I say Vorholm with the win, meet record, Dos Santos in second. McMaster, unfortunately, he just got so many good competitors around him because on other years, McMaster would be able to stand out a little bit more. But this year, when you got Dos Santos under the old world record, you got Vorholm under 46. You got Rai Benjamin there. Capello is a decent athlete, but just his times aren't good enough to be able to compete. But McMaster, very, very good athlete, and just it's unfortunate of the year. It's so strong and the depth is there. Like this 47.08 that he ran this year would have got him a medal in years past. It's so crazy. It's so crazy to think of that. Like, oh yeah, and let me read you guys are saying that McMaster has had very bad luck this season, but a strong athlete. And then he can't catch a break. I hope he has a good race. Yeah, you guys are there on that. So let me go to the next event. Like, I look at him and I'm like, gosh, dang it, he can't get one. But it's so hard when only 3 people can get medals. Like, that's how the cookie crumbles. We're going to do the 200 men, and then we're going to go to the women, and then we're going to do the 100 men, and then we're going to go to the women. Because I know how these things are falling down with this. Then we got 200 men. We got Reyes, which got to be an ad from Sweden, because, yeah, he's got to be an ad from Sweden. Norwood, Makwala, Lyles, Curley, DeGrasse, Benerick, and Brown. Okay, let's look at this first. Let me look at the meet record. 1966. Oh, well, they ain't getting that one. Nope. Fat chance. Nope. I mean, Andre DeGrasse, if he beats Usain Bolt's 1966, this is, man, D'Angelo, get your hating self out of here, man. Get your hating self out of here. Who would say you want Vorholm to lose. Man, get your hating self out of here. But hey, look, I ain't got no horse in the race, so you see that? You see how I'm using horse for other people, but people were getting angry that I was calling. I said that Sharika Jackson was the workhorse of Jamaican team, but then they were like, "Oh, you know how this use is so racist," and that you should know better. Shame on you. When I start calling other people workhorses, all those people that came out the woodworks with their soft booties, they didn't say nothing. Literally nothing. I'm using saying I ain't got no horse in the race, which alludes to these athletes as horses, and they still are not saying anything. Maybe because they're not brown skin, and maybe because they're not women. I don't know. See, this is why I get demonetized, because I say stuff like that. So anyway, let me get back on here. I'm going to say DeGrasse. He's been looking the best this season. I mean, Olympic champion too. So, I mean, Bednarik is right on his tail. Curly is looking good. This is going to be interesting because now we get to see the Curly DeGrasse matchup right here. Wait a minute. If we... Noah's not in here. I see Lyles and I'm like, wait a minute. But yeah, so this is going to be interesting. The people that's going to have the best are going to be Bednarik, DeGrasse, and Curly. That's where all the attention is going to be. Norwood's more the 400 strength here, so he's not going to feature here. Makwala the same way. I'll be surprised if one of these three, if they're not just the top 3 right here. Yes, Aaron Brown, he does well in Canada. Yes, Aaron Brown, he could do well. Unfortunately, he just got people that are just more talented than he is right now. They said Benerick or DeGrasse to win. I wonder if he will see scratches, however. Oh, you mean like a false start? They said, where Marcel at? Oh, good question. I mean, you don't got Noah Lyles in here either. And he's one of the only people to win in 2 events. They said DeGrasse might win. Yeah, I'm going to say my favorite is DeGrasse. And then the way that Benerick looks strong on the tail end, even though he got caught by Curly. But if it's a one-off race here, I'm going to say Bednarik is probably going to be like the cleanup crew person. If DeGrasse falls off, Bednarik is going to get it. So that's what I got to say here. And then these 3, Curly, Fred Curly, Andre DeGrasse, Kenny Bednarik, those are going to be your top 3. Whatever order they come in, it might be a little bit different than we expect. If DeGrasse falls off even a little, if he's off a little, those 2 are ready to snatch him up. But yeah. Do y'all think, a second question, do y'all think Usain Bolt's meet record is going to go down here, this 1966? Be honest. Do y'all think that 1966, which I think y'all got to see that as a side view. I think, wasn't it raining? Like, wasn't it raining that day too, or the track was wet or something like that? And it was like a side view of him running, or maybe I'm thinking of Brussels when he ran in Brussels. But he ran a 1966. And people saying he stayed away from Diamond Leagues. No, he didn't. He came by and he ran and he won some Diamond Leagues and stuff. So, but do y'all think that can go down? That's the question I got for you guys. But I'm going to go to the next event while you guys are answering that. Somebody said no. Nye said no. That's not going down. All right, fair enough. I think that it's capable. They said Lyles can take down that 1966. Well, that's true. That is true. Unfortunately, he's not there. I'm like, man. But here we go for the women's 200. This is a very interesting field right here that we got. Especially, oh, they had Masalingi and Mboma in here. But now the field has changed. Now, y'all see how they changed up these heat sheets? We might get to the 100 and find out Shelly Ann Fraser-Price in there, even though she said publicly she ain't doing it. Now, we got Margie. Yeah, Margie. That's what I'm going to say. First name. Dobbin, Talu, Mboma, Kambunji. Remember, see, this is the older sister of Taji. And then Jackson, Asher Smith, and Bryant. So this is going to be very interesting. They said, I like Fred because he looks so dang determined, Barry Chambers said. And then, but Shoko said it's a possibility that record could go down. Now I think y'all finally caught up. They said, I think Mboma for the win. Mboma. So let's look at this field. I think it's it's going to be between Mboma and Jackson. Kambunji could come away with the win. We saw what happened the last time with that surprise win at Prefontaine. So nothing's out of the range if they don't put out fast times, right? Nothing's out of her range that's there. I would say if it's anybody that needs this, I'm going to say Sharika, quote unquote, needs this. That will take her away from having to do the 200 at the Jamaican trials next year, where she could focus on the 100. If she gets the automatic bid in the 2, she could focus on the 1. She might even put herself in the 4 for the heck of it. Who knows? Because all she got to do is the first round. She got to compete. She could finish last, right? So she just got to compete in the 200. She got to walk her blessed foot on there. But this is going to be very interesting on how this goes. Look, their PRs are right there next to each other. And we know Jackson probably would have ran faster. I would say she's a 21.6 high athlete with full ability from what I have seen from Jackson. If she can do it and she can pull off. That's what I say. 26 high or 21.6 high. That's what I think that she can do. But on paper, I'm going to go by her PR, a 21.82. This is going to be good. They said Dina's form is always in question. Yeah, this year, she ain't looking too hot. Although she looks very hot, right? That's what people say. She looked just like my ex. I already dated somebody that looked like Dina Asher Smith. That's so funny. It is so funny that they look like twins. Maybe I'll post her up one day, but I got to get her permission. I don't want to dox her or something like that. But so Dina, it's going to be very interesting if she can come through. Talu, let's not count her out. She ain't been looking too hot in the 200. She's taped up, though. So I don't think she's going to factor that well. But if they ain't got it together, I think Talu can still come away with one of the top spots. And obviously, she can do the most. She can win the medal for the most. What is that thing called? You basically get like not most improved, but like MVP, most valuable player. She's going to have more points in the sprints. They do it by sprints, distances, field events. They got mid distance, sprint, and then it goes hurdle, sprint. Wait a minute. Let me go here for a second. Let me not talk out of the side of my freaking behind. Wait a minute. This ain't English. Change to English, guys. So I can read this easier. I can understand it a little bit. Program. No, info. Why is that not in English, guys? What the heck is going on? I guess the information. Whatever. So when it comes down to the Diamond League, it's something like an MVP. So I think she can get that $5,000 for the MVP, or maybe it's $20,000. It's separate from the win, because the win is $30,000, and then you get like the MVP that goes through sprints. I think is field events, and then it's hurdles, if I'm not mistaken, or that might be included in sprints. But it's I know it's distance in general. There were 4 categories, so it might be short. Hurdles and sprints, because they usually count them as separate, or it goes mid distance and then distance. I don't know. So, but that doesn't make any sense, because the only distance here would be the 10K. So it's probably got to be hurdles then. They said, I don't want that. She's a good sport. wait a minute. Talu does too look hot. Yeah, Talu looks attractive, especially she's wearing makeup. Now look, if she got the makeup off, you might see her age a little bit, a little bit of that. But yeah, she does look pretty attractive to me as well. So let me see. Yes, Sharika was in the Olympic final. She would have run 21.7. Yeah, the only one that can beat Mboma at this stage is Thompson. That's it, and no one else. Minivamp said. Yeah, so let's go through here. Oh, wait a minute. Let's look at the meet record. Oh, do y'all think this meet record 21? What's up with this 66? Okay, do y'all think that Adi's record is going to go down? 21.66. Wow, I did not realize that Adi had this record. Wow. D'Angelo said Shelly looks the most hot. Fro. Oh, her afro. Wow. Wait a minute. Hold up. Do y'all think that this meet record is gonna go down? Do y'all think that Mboma or Sharika Jackson, either one of them, got what it takes here? They said from behind. D'Angelo, get yourself out of here with that stuff. Saying she looks the most hot from behind. Jackson has to run at least 21.6 to beat Mboma. Mina Vamp said. But yeah, while y'all catching up to this, let me know if y'all think that Adi's record can go down on this one. I think, man, I'm torn. I don't think so. But yeah, they said Adi's record will stand. Here's the 100 men. And I said, yes. All right. You said yes. Okay, this is very interesting. So here's the 100 men. Let me get a second to see if I can. Okay, this is Yupin Abekun Mudian Salage. Yes, got that on the freaking first one from Sri Lanka. Yes, Mudian Salage. I remember I had literally stuck 10 minutes on this one yesterday when I saw this name. And I was like, Yupin Abekun Mudian Salage. And I'm like, yes, I can say it now. Now, y'all see that? That's that practice right there. That's that practice on the name. See, when you see a name for the first time and it's one of the Indian names, those are the hardest names. Even the Eastern European names ain't as hard as some of the Indian names, because the Indian names or the ones in India, Afghan and stuff like that, Sri Lanka, those got some of the longest freaking names. And these are some of my best friends too from India and Sri Lanka and stuff like that. So if they listen to this, if they ever see this, I might even send it to them. They're gonna laugh about it because they even know they laugh about it themselves. They got extremely long names. Rohan or Browning. So it's Moody and Salage, Browning, Rogers, Baker, Curley, DeGrasse, Bromell, Simbine, and Vicky or Wiki. I don't know how the Swedes. I think it's Sweden or Swiss. Why I keep saying Sweden? The Swiss do this one. So it's here we go. Let me look at this field for a second. I say DeGrasse and Fred Curley. Those are the only two I can really see doing it. Trayvon Bromell, he's been a flat tire after he ran at 9.77. Fred flat tire. They said, nah, Fred, he is hiding. DeGrasse will easily beat Fred. This is gonna be interesting. I'm really looking forward to it. Unfortunately, when I make videos of anybody outside of some of the Jamaicans, people don't be watching them. So I would make more if people watch them, but and I don't want to be tied down to that. So I actually am going to start doing that, especially after the season is over. I think I'm going to try to branch out and see other stuff, because what's the incentive, right? So Andre DeGrasse, it's a toss up between those two, because Fred Curley looks very good. I mean, he did beat DeGrasse at the Olympics, and I think he's got the basic speed to do it. But DeGrasse, like, when you become an Olympic champion, it's something in your head, I think, clicks. It's like world champions, Olympic champions, after they become it, they start winning at other stuff. So I want to say the championship momentum is going to go with DeGrasse. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to lean toward DeGrasse, although I think Fred Curley actually got what it takes to win. They said the outcome would depend on lane assignments. Oh, these are the lane assignments. These are the lane the These are not alphabetical order or anything. These are the lane assignments. The DeGrasse and Curly are right next to each other. Bromell is on the outside of DeGrasse. So if Bromell gets his rocket start or something like that, then it might be able to push DeGrasse right there. Ronnie Baker, he's okay, but I don't think that's going to help out Curly as much. So I think this is going to be very, very interesting. They said Adi won the 200 in a 1993 World Championship. Oh, okay. Very interesting. Very interesting. Don't sleep on Baker, guys. Yeah, that's exactly what I brought up. I think you might not have heard me right there. I think he's got something here, but I don't think he's going to be. He's not a major factor, but Baker can come away with the surprise win. I will agree with you on that one. They said, nah, if any one of them get a good start, that's the winner, D'Angelo said. It's a toss-up. Their races are typically too close, Nutty Drop said. Well, DeGrasse will take it. Bromell will pull him out, Wendigo said. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think Bromell is going to get the start to pull out DeGrasse. And that's what I think is going to be the thing. But yeah, let me move on to the women's here now. They said Bromell lacks confidence. He'll go fourth. Dang, you got him for fourth. Whoa, you really ain't got him up there good. I would at least get him. Yeah, you know what? I get him top 3 maybe, but Simbine might knock him out or something. Let me see. Here's the 100 women. I know people been waiting. The Olympic champion is in hiding. Hey, look, I don't think he's in hiding. There's plenty of people that's not doing it. I mean, Shelly Ann Fraser-Price ain't coming out. There are people in the 400 hurdle for women. I mean, we missing 2 people in there. So I don't know about being in hiding. Some of y'all be believing people be putting out stuff about somebody doing drug cheats, this and stuff like that. And sometimes y'all believe some of the hype. And sometimes people be saying stuff and they be consistently wrong on plenty of channels. And then we be believing it. But sometimes I think that may not be the case. But it might be the case. But hey, you can't be like, yo, drugs don't count, and then be counting on people and bringing up stuff about drug cheats and stuff, the way I look at it. Because there have been several channels that's been put out that information saying, well, drugs don't count. Now, if somebody gets suspended for something, like what I covered with Blessing Okabare and CJ Uja or something like that, when that comes out, I'll talk about that. But I'm not about to be putting out information on these things and then be like, yo, drugs don't count, but I'm finna count this. I can't do both of them. So I don't know. That's just me. Maybe a change. I reserve the right to change as well. Everybody does. Now here's the field for the women's 100. We got, wow. I couldn't even finish reading this. Wow. Okay. Morrison, Oliver, Asher Smith, Thomas Hira, Kambunji, Del Pont, Talu, and Naida. Wow. Well, Kambunji and Talu have qualified for 2 events. So this is very interesting. They said, why are we talking about the women 100? We know Elaine is winning. Now, I told y'all. Now that I got y'all here, I was going to do a whole video. I might still do that. I told you all that Shelly Ann Fraser-Price was done. Now, I've been waiting for this one. I told y'all Shelly Ann Fraser-Price was done when she beat Elaine Thompson-Herah. People were trashing me. People were saying all types of stuff. I told you she's a gamer. Gamer is a compliment for people that are outside the U.S. or some of those things. It means basically a hard worker. Just like Ry Benjamin. He's a gamer. But he winded up losing. There's plenty of people that are gamers. They're going to come out till they get a win. And I'm telling y'all, I told y'all before this, that Shelly Ann Fraser-Price was done. And when I said done, I meant this too. She was done. She got a win against Elaine Thompson-Herah. Think about it. It's a psychological thing. When you got a tough competitor like Elaine Thompson-Herah, you want to come through and you want to make sure that the last time y'all meet y'all, you beat them. This is what I do myself. If I got somebody I'm against, right? And I'm playing a video game on them, I could lose 3-4 times because we know Elaine Thompson-Herah beats Shelly Ann Fraser-Price more than the other way around. Now, But if it's somebody, if I lost against them 3 times, I'm going to keep playing them till I get my last win, then I'm done. Now, if it's I lost twice in a row, then I'll keep beating them until I do it. But if it's 3 or more times, I'm playing them until I beat them. And then when I beat them, I'm over here bragging and I'm walking the frick away. I'm walking the hell away. That's what I'm doing. That's what Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. I'm telling you, I know human psychology. I'm probably very close in mindset to Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, because in my mind, when I saw her realize that she wasn't going to win at the Olympics and she just gave up in that 100 because she slipped out the block, she tried as hard as possible, then she just went there. In her mind, it's either first or I don't care about the medal. Literally, in her mind, that's what she was probably thinking. And I got the same way. Like, it's like, hey, I'm going to beat you and I'm going to trash talk you. Like, that's probably what Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce does off the camera screens. They probably trash talk each other. She was over here. She said, I won. I got it. I'm done. I'm done. That's what she wanted to come away. She came away with the win, and that's all. And I want y'all to remember this. I want y'all to remember this, because when I do the live stream tomorrow, because we only got 130 something today, we probably going to have 400 or 500 after the race tomorrow. And so I'm going to say this again. So y'all going to make it, it's going to sound like I'm a broken record, but I'm going to say this again tomorrow for the people that aren't here listening to it, because she want that psychological win. The Francois said, head and shoulders, you were right. Shelly wanted that psychological win. She can run, but not hide. Elaine is waiting next year. Yep, exactly. So she only got so much time. She said it in an interview that she doesn't seem like she's in shape to break the world record, but she still feels like she can go faster. Okay, those are important things here. Now I'm gonna get into the race in a second, but here's the final thing. She feels like she can go faster, but Elaine Thompson-Herah thinks she can get the world record. See, if the other person feels they can get the world record and they are going after it, and you think that you're not in world record shape, well then when you get a chance to beat them, why are you going to show up? Because all you're going to do is help them beat the world record. Because Elaine Thompson-Herah might need Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce's start in order to drag her out, right? Or she might need her as in psychologically knowing that somebody could beat her. Because this field, who gonna beat Elaine Thompson-Herah? For real, for real, for real. Oh, how she been on fire this season? Unless she pulls the 2017 World Championship vibe, she ain't gonna do any of that. Are you saying she's done professionally? He says, I agree. No, I'm talking about saying that she's done racing against Elaine Thompson-Herah. She gonna run in races, but it's not gonna be against Elaine Thompson-Herah. That's what it is. So that's what I mean. But look, who gonna beat her here? Ta Lou is the closest on paper and by this season by her actual ability to beat her. And she can beat her because she's beaten Elaine Thompson-Herah several times during these championship-like races. Several times. She's beaten her several times, right? Now, the difference here is that Ta Lou is taped up. We saw that she was taped up a week ago. She had to pull out of her other races. So we gon' see something. But to be honest, who gonna be in this field? I'm surprised that Natasha Morrison is in here. She has not run anything that good since she ran that 1087. She's barely been able to break 11, but I think one other time, and she's been 11.2s, 11.3s, and slower. Natasha Morrison has not been having a good season this year. So the fact that they had to pull in Natasha Morrison here means that, one, whoever her agent is doing a good job. So I got to give it to her there. And two, they can't find anybody else to fill in that spot. Yeah, Kambunji is slower, sure. But Kambunji also has the Diamond League points to have made it into the final. Morrison, I don't think, had the points to make it into the final. Or just barely. So they had to go down the list, go down the list, go down the list. So that's the thing. So with this one, this is an easy one. We got to be basically saying who's going to come in a second. And Asher Smith, let's see, Oliver, Kambunji, Del Pont had a better wind. They ran on the same track, and we saw that wind did that. So Kambunji typically beats Del Pont. Naida, man, this is going to be hard. I think Talu still gets second, even though she's taped up. It's going to be hard, but she's taped up and she could get second. And then after that, Dina Asher Smith and Kambunji. Those are the ones that I see. Oliver might come in and surprise me, actually. And she might even run a PR. Natasha Morrison, she's been out of it, so I don't trust this 1080 whatever. Unless she can improve what she did last week. And the last ones before that, she ain't got it. And if she was fast, she would have been put on the relay in the rounds at the Olympics. And we didn't see her at all. She might be hurt. They said, Wendigo said, fact, Shelly Ann Fraser Price says she ain't doing no grunt work for Elaine to get the glory. Exactly. That's the thing. They say it's a slow race for Elaine tomorrow. Let me see the meet record. Oh, wait a minute. It's Evelyn. Yep, there we go. Evelyn Ashford. I had remembered. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's Evelyn Ashford would have gotten this. So a 1076. Well, it's not, well, to Elaine Thompson Hero, that might be quote unquote slow now. But I wonder if it feels slow on her body. I wonder if that's going to feel slow on her body. They said Dudley Capricorn said Shelly scared of Elaine. And then Tanisha said Shelly is not scared. Oliver Nieta Morrison contend for last place. Dang, you bogus. I would say Morrison is probably the easiest pick here for last. I all due respect to Morrison, but she has not been doing well at all. If anybody doesn't break 11 in here, that's my biggest pick for her not breaking 11. Kambunji might not break 11. She got out on Shelly Ann Fraser Price on the weekend because Shelly Ann just walked out the blocks. She just said, yeah, I'm going to do what I need to do. Oh, wait a minute. I had to actually, there's a Telegram. If y'all interested in that, y'all might want to try to big up Shelly Ann Fraser Price. But they was calling her Shelly Ann Scary Price. It was so bad in there. We had a group of I think it was 400 something of us in a Telegram group, and so many of them were flooding it with Shelly Ann Scary Price. She over here scared. She running scared or whatever. The admin deleted the Telegram group. Where is the name of it? Because they tried to invite me back in. They were going crazy. I was just in there saying, well, y'all over here crazy. I think it's called Track and Field Shit Talk. That's what the Telegram channel is called. Track and Field Shit Talk. Oh yeah, I'm looking at it now. It's only 2 people in there. They stopped commenting yesterday. They were asking for me. They said, where is Head and Shoulders at? I was like, I don't know if I want, they invited me. I don't know if I want to return back in, but I might come back in. They were going ham on Shelly Ann Fraser Price. The admin was trying to block people. They came in with new accounts, invited other people. And then I'm like, look, just let them go, because the more you block them, they feel empowered to troll. It was just a regular conversation. Then the admin couldn't take it. He blocked somebody and then they left. And then they started hammering him. And then he deleted the group. He just rage quit. So anyway, Elaine Thompson Hero takes the win here. And it's a race for second. It's hard to call, but I'm going to lean toward Talu. Dina Asher Smith, she's not looking the best this year. That's why it leaves the door open for Dina Asher Smith, Kambunji, and Oliver. Naida might have something, but I can't see her. But it's going to be a strong Thompson Hero and Talu. Those going to be my 1-2 picks. They said Shelly Ann was pissed off when she came second at the Olympics. It shows on her face. Yeah, if I got that image here, let me bring that up. I don't think I have that image here. She was here, but here's the other thing. She was looking kind of like this. She's like, this encapsulated everything. This is how she was feeling, that enraged at the Olympics. Somebody said, Mina Vamp. They said, okay, leave her now. Mina Vamp said that. Brian Gibson said that 10-6 Shelly pulled in Lausanne to beat Elaine proves to me if she didn't slip at the Olympic final, she might have won it. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. She might have had a chance to actually win, because she said she was ready to run a new PR. Now, of course, she had wind assistance here, but who's to say? Who's to say anything here? Like, I don't know. But this was how she was looking and feeling at this. But they said Diamond League wins don't compare to Olympic wins, Brandon Webb said. They said Elaine already won the biggest race of the year at the Olympics. Hey, but look, every time, look, I'm going to tell you like this. Let me just put it here. Let me just put it here. When it comes down to it, The Olympics are not paying their athletes. They literally taken up the creed of the Roman Olympics or the Greece Olympics, wherever the Olympics were, the ancient Olympics, where they were slaves fighting against each other, right? They were slaves fighting against each other, the gladiators and junk, and they were in nude. At the Olympics, they went nude. They started to try to say, my body is this, and they started going nude. It don't even matter, because at the end of the day, they're not paying people at the Olympics. You get sponsorship deals and stuff, sure, maybe. Even silver and bronze medalists might not even get a sponsorship deal. But guess what? Guess what? They pay you at the Diamond Leagues. You get paid on every single one of those races. Finish in the top 8, you get paid. And you make it to the final, you get paid even more. So the way I look at it is, in my mind, the Diamond League is superior. That's why I want to make a track and field league with team sports so that they get paid. I don't care about no freaking Olympics. Real talk, Olympic champion, cool, that's all and everything. Me, I'm valuing that these people are getting paid. I get tired of seeing freaking athletes and officials too not get paid. I've worked with some of these officials and I said, wow, you ain't getting paid? They paid me as an announcer. I'm getting paid X, Y, and Z. Why ain't you asking them? Yes, I'm looking at you, USATF. Yes, I'm looking at you, Nike. I will say that now here. Yes, I'm looking at you guys that have done these deals with these athletes, maybe even Adidas, Reebok, and all of them. You guys don't pay people. So I look at the Diamond League. This is great. I can't wait till they get paid more. That's what this channel is for. I hope they do. I hope you guys go out and watch these other championships. The Continental Tour, that's still going on now. Diamond League is the biggest one. This is like, let's look at this as the B tier. Actually, B tier is, I think, something else. But this is the premier one right here with the prize money. And here's the second, not second tier, because second tier sound really bad. But hey, it is what it is. Continental Tour, that's what Shelly Ann Fraser-Price and other top athletes are competing at. I want them to make them some big bucks. Yeah, sure, it doesn't make me anything with them making big bucks, but I feel good that they are getting compensated, just like you guys probably do with your favorite athletes. They said now we're all of a sudden minimizing Olympic glory because your girl lost to Elaine. Obviously not your favorite. Huh? Wait a minute. They said no excuses. It's small margins and sprints that make the difference. Brandon Webb, what are you talking about? My favorite? I ain't got no personal favorites here. Wait. What are you smoking? Do you watch this channel? Shelly hasn't gotten over her Olympic loss. If you're talking to me, that is. If you're talking to me. If you're not talking to me, okay, whatever. But I'm talking about money. I have always felt this way. This is not something new. I might be new here on YouTube, but I've always felt this way. My track and field league thing, I was already working with people and we were going to break ground back in 2012. It was just a money thing when I didn't have the money. Now I personally can pay for that league myself, although I can only afford maybe a couple of years for that to pay it out of my own pocket. I would never be dumb enough to do something on an experiment because it's no guarantee that it will work. I'm going to need other people to contribute, like sponsors, to do that. But yeah, back in 2012, I was broke as a joke comparatively. I literally was too. And I had the idea for it. Now I can pay for it myself, including a stadium idea design that I want. I might still make that, whether I make the track and field league or not. I'm still going to make that stadium because I personally want to see it. Now, I want people to make their money, which is why I'm not as harsh on the R word on this channel, or Forrest Gump or Richardson, or however you want to say it, as much as people be saying. Now they said the anticipation, first dollar spot on. The anticipation will be palpable. So yeah, I want them to be making their money. Well, they're going to have to put up $1 million to get them to run Dudley Capricorn. Hey, look, I would love to do $1 million races one day. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all this. My birthday's in June. One day I'm going to sponsor a birthday race day. It's gonna be like my own personal thing. I'm gonna put up $1 million, maybe 2, maybe 3 million. I'm gonna try to have other sponsors and stuff because I don't want to just put it up myself. But myself, I'm gonna put up $1 million race. One of them, it might be a marathon. I'm gonna see how much it costs to close out a section of a city, and I'm gonna have it for my birthday, and I'm gonna have it as a race thing. I'm also gonna do that for scholarships for youth or something like that, or some camps, whatever it is. I'm gonna put it up and be like, here's $1 million. Boom, you're racing for a portion of this. And it's probably only going to be 5 or 6 events so that it doesn't get divided too much between the people. But I'm going to be like, yo, I want to see the 100. I want to see the pole vault, especially the pole vault. Want to see the marathon. I want to see the 4x1. And I probably want to see an 800. Those are the events, well, or the mile, actually. And those are the events that I'm probably going to specialize in. Triple jump, depending on the athletes of that season. I'm going to put that up, and it might be $1 million per race or $1 million per event. Second place gets something or whatever. But yeah, I'll put that up. I don't have a problem. I'll put it up. I don't have a problem with putting that up. Now, if they don't show up, I'm going to be pissed. If they don't show up, I'm going to be pissed. That's why I want to have a league, because then they'll be like, yeah, I agree to this, and then they don't show up, and then it just looks bad. That's the bad thing about track and field. When you get people, and they look like they're going to show up, and then they don't. Thompson Hero pulled out at the last minute of Brussels in the 200, and it's just like, all right, I bought a ticket to Brussels, and then she pulled out. I was there to watch her. So, yeah. They said Trike also pays Serena Williams $10 million a year as well. $1 million to see them again. They need money. They out here broke. They got the collection plate around. They are the Sunshine Girl. Anyway, fastest in the world. Jam down. All right. Okay. They said no way to predict who will be informed next year. Either Elaine or Shelly might not be competitive. Yeah, that could be that could be the case. I hope that they are. If Elaine wins Zurich, she doesn't need to qualify for Jamaican trial. Actually, Shelly Ann Fraser-Price has the automatic bid. And as far as what somebody has told me, I'm going to do the research on this, so I'll be ready for tomorrow. And this will be the last thing, and then I'm out of here. Neck is hurting, and I got a client that's now buzzing me up saying, yo, you said we was going to meet a whole hour and something ago virtually. And now it's an hour and 20 minutes later. So they paid me some good money. And look, when it comes down to this, I think only you can have a maximum of 4 athletes. I don't think it's 5. Although I thought I did see 5 one time. So it's going to be a toss-up of who gets the automatic bid. But me personally, I think they both should get the automatic bid. Or if that's the case, they might take away one of the qualifying spots if 2 athletes get an automatic bid. So I think it goes like that. But who knows? Who knows? We might have to see some. We might have to see some. I would like to see 2 automatic bids. It'd be great to have Jamaica have 5 athletes. That would be crazy to see Jamaica have 5 female athletes in the 100, right? And to see 5 pole vaulters from the USA in the 100, or not in the 100, in the pole vault. What the heck, in the 100? To see 5 pole vaulters from the USA, that would be great in the men's pole vault. So if we can get a win from an American that's not one of the, like Nielsen could get a win, that would be great, because Sam Kendrick's got an automatic bid. We get Nielsen, and then we get 3 other pole vaulters. That'll be great. I would love to see that. I love the pole vault, and I love the USA dominance for the most part. So just like you guys like the Jamaica dominance at the short sprints and everything. But yeah, with that being said, thank you all for coming out. I appreciate everybody that comes out that contributes to that, whether it's infrequently or frequently, especially Camellia. I always got to shout you out because you be coming in every single stream through with the Cash App. Thank you guys that have donated via the super chats earlier in this chat, because we do be getting demonetized some of the time. I'm probably going to have to, well, I already know I got to do that now, where I got to press the review, and then it takes 24 hours, and then anything that's happened in between that, we ain't making nothing on this channel. Also, I appreciate everybody that's contributed through PayPal. I don't have that notification up in front of me. Let me check here. There, and then anybody that's gone through with the cryptocurrencies, that one I can't tell your name when you do donate with that, but anybody that's interested in that, the links to all of those, the information to that is always in the description right below my initial paragraph. Also, one last thing I want to mention here, we are coming out with NFTs on this channel. So the first one, because of the votes have taken place, I'm going to do something with Jamaica. So if you guys want to do an NFT, I know some of you all were confused what an NFT was or is. An NFT is just something called a non-fungible token. It's like a collectible trading card, okay? Just think of something like that. It's a collectible trading card, and I'm going to have it on here. This is called OpenSea.io, and you can search me by typing head_, and underscore shoulders underscore ATR, and you can find that, and I'll be having something there. What this does is, if you get a collectible card, the channel grows. It may grow in value later because you can resell it, right? You got to buy it through a crypto, and obviously there are easy ways for you to do that this day. So anyway, I just wanted to let you know about that and inform you of what's happening with this channel. It's going to be some kind of graphic. It might even be the home logo graphic that we have here, except it's going to be in the Jamaican colors, maybe have the Jamaican flag or something like that. I'm going to try to figure out something. And since Jamaica is more dominant in the sprint events, particularly now in the ladies events, it's going to be the season 1 version of this. And the season 1 version is probably going to have ladies in the background with the sprint. I can't use anybody's face, I don't think, because it'll be their likeness or it'll be their faces or something like that. So, and I don't want to get into any legal issues or anything like that. So yeah, they said no more. So that's why I wanted to just tell you guys that, because I'm excited for that. I'm excited for these races tomorrow, and be sure to check out tomorrow. Let me see what time right now, because I'm going to do local time about when the live stream is going to happen. And then don't forget Athletics and Chill Friday morning at 9 a.m. Central USA time. That's just our running episode. Let me see. Is this in local time? So my local time would be 2:52. So I'm going to have it anytime, probably 30 minutes, let's say 40 minutes after that. So we're going to do most likely 3:30 p.m. Central USA time tomorrow, since that's the last event is at 2:52. Give or take 15 minutes in either direction. So I might start early like I started here. So then they said no more free race. Dudley Capricorn said Trikey doesn't want to pay. The R word is cheaper. That's why they want her so much. I don't think so. I don't think she's cheaper because McLaughlin got paid more than some of these other professional athletes did in her first year and her opening contract. Like, she's getting paid more. So I don't think that that's the case. I don't agree with that. We don't know though. But yeah, anyway, I appreciate it, guys. Catch you all on